Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Denver City. It is time for Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, and streaming the video and the audio live on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle, high above Mustang Stadium here in Denver City. Dawn Morgan patrolling field side, and welcome in to your Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Auto Supply halftime show, our Stonewall Field Services pregame show. So the Cats come in at 3-1 on the season after not such a great performance 1 week ago at Watson Stadium in Hobbs. But you got to put that behind you and move on and get ready to take on this Denver City squad. Denver City this year, a very uncharacteristic 0-3 on the season, but you've got to think that they're going to be looking to definitely improve on that here tonight. Of course, coached by their head coach, Daniel Fontenoy. So getting ready for the start of this one. And let's go ahead and take you field side. Dawn, can you hear me down there? All right. Well, Dawn visiting with somebody down there on field side. So we'll check in with her again here in just a couple of minutes. We don't want to get the private conversation on the air. But here in Denver City, of course, we were here for the very first game of Coach G's tenure 5 seasons ago. A thrilling game that went the way of the 3A Denver City Mustangs. But one thing you got to remember, it's a Denver City, even though we're right next door to each other, are a Texas team, so slightly different rules, and a Texas 3A and New Mexico 4A, which is what Lovington is. Probably a pretty good comparison, all told, you would think. So let's take you field side again, and Dawn, are you there?
Much. It was
All right, we've lost Dawn. Apparently, we can't get her through the metal on that is around the field where she is currently stationed. She'll be out field side in just a couple of seconds. So, all right, just keeping an eye and an ear on things. So, all right. So we're going to work on that right quick while we take a quick timeout. This is your Stonewall Field pregame show right here on Z94 KZOR. Back here at Mustang Stadium in Denver City, getting ready for tonight's interstate matchup between our Lovington Wildcats and the Denver City Mustangs. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan is fieldside. All right, Don, let's I'm showing good levels everywhere now. So now Pharmacy call to the sideline. So welcome, Don, and getting ready for the start of this one. Pretty good rivalry. I mean, the town's just 19 miles apart. It's a little like playing Hobbs in some ways, only we're in Texas.
And there are a lot of ties, between Lovington and Denver City. I don't know for sure. Could be some Lovington players, on the Denver City roster because when COVID hit last year, there were some parents who weren't happy that their kids couldn't play sports in New Mexico, and they moved. Happened all across Lee County, and I know in Lovington that may have affected some athletes who are playing football, so who knows. But there are a lot of ties between these two cities, even though they're a state apart. They're, like you say, only like 19, 20 miles apart. But I'm sure that with Denver City tuning up homecoming tonight, of course, we would play them on homecoming.
Of course.
There are, of course, all the extra noise and festivities
and hoopla and everything else as the teams come out onto the field. Hey, I noticed that the Wildcats brought the big Wildcat tonight. That is definitely a good thing. Denver City has their big red and white Mustang tunnel out too. A little bit warm, about 95 degrees as we get into game time here. The Cats are in the road whites. They are wearing all white tonight, so white jerseys, white pants, white helmets, blue letters and numbers. And Denver City is in all red tonight. Red helmets with the Mustang, the SMU-esque Mustang, with the state of Texas imposed on the side of the helmets. Red jerseys, red pants, and white letters and numbers. And an interesting note, we will be calling a familiar name on the Denver City side, Don, as Carson Little, former Tatum standout, is now playing here in Denver City. His father, of course, retired Superintendent Buddy Little. They moved over here to Texas, and Carson playing his senior season here in Denver City. So there's a Lee County connection to be certain. As we talk about that, the teams out on the field, they will be playing the national anthem here in just a few minutes. So, looking forward to this one. Denver City uncharacteristically 0-3 on the season. Lovington 3-1. And really, Don, they've got to look to put last week behind them, as that was not the Lovington team that we've seen. Hobbs, I guess, just too big and too fast for Lovington to handle, and Lovington never really able to get anything going.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sorry, I've been distracted. I put mosquito pril on, and now I'm sweating because it's sunny. It's an hour earlier than what we normally play, of course, and I'd usually be on the shady side in the shade, but of course over here on the east side facing the sun. So, yeah, definitely getting ready for this one, the kickoff. This is a nice field, but the layout is a little bit different, and there's barely any room at all between the box that the players are in on the sideline and the track. I mean, it's just really narrow right here.
All right, and of course, every stadium is a little bit different. There will be a few different rules tonight in play. We are playing under the rules of the University Interscholastic League instead of the NMAA. The UIL rules are identical to those of the college ranks. The UIL run by the University of Texas, Texas A&M University, and Texas Tech. So they play college rules, which means certain kinds of blocking are allowed as where they're not in NFHS rules. Certain types of catches, I believe you can have 1 foot in bounds instead of 2, and it still be considered a valid catch. I really don't think that's going to come into play. When you get right down to it, football is football. So as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, everything should be fine. The teams out on the big red Mustang at the 50-yard line preparing for the toss here tonight. And so the Cats looking to put last week behind them and get back on another winning streak, and Denver City looking to get their first win of the season. So as the officials showing the coins to the captains for the respective teams, it's red and white versus blue and white here tonight, and the flip is up and the coin is down, and we'll see what they say. They're talking Denver City. Denver City has won the toss, and they will defer until the second half. So it'll be It will be Lovington football to start the ball game. And, Dawn, I think that's a good thing after last week with the offense really not able to get anything chugging against Hobbs last week and just having all kinds of fits against the Eagles.
It is definitely going to be super important for Lovington to get out there and really get something going early. Get their engines started and really, just get moving. And I think that is important. So I'm glad that they will have the ball first. I think that this is probably the scenario that Coach G would want. Again, especially coming off of last week.
Yeah, I would definitely think so. We'll see what happens as the teams have headed back to their respective sidelines. Now the Denver City starters will be coming through the tunnel carrying the American flag, the Texas flag, and the Denver City Mustangs flag as they come out. Denver City is a 3A team in Texas, but should be a pretty good match. Friday night lights are a religion here in Texas, so the atmosphere just a little bit different, and especially on a homecoming night. So nice to see the Big Blue Band making the trip over. So we'll have dueling bands tonight, looks like, as the Big Blue Band is here, the Big Red Band for the Mustangs of Denver City. Of course, their home stadium, they are here as well. So we'll go ahead and we'll take a 3-minute timeout for the national anthem and come back and kick this one off. You're listening to the Lovington Wildcats and the Denver City Mustangs on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 KZOR app, and watching live on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. the kickoff, and it'll be taken by Adam Aguilera. He takes it over to the right side, gets it to the 25, brings it out to the 30, and that's where he'll be brought down, and it'll be Lovington football as we are underway. Thanks to Stone Oilfield Services for the pregame show, and here we are. I'm TJ Miracle, high above Mustang Stadium. Dawn Morgan patrols field side tonight, and so we'll see who the quarterback is going to be to start. Last week, Lovington rotating out Wyatt Gomez and Ashton Aranda, and it looks like Aranda will be the starting quarterback here tonight for your Lovington Wildcats. So Aranda gets the start at the QB position. He'll bring the troops out to the field. Running back will be Joseph Perez. It'll be a 4-receiver set, twins left, twins right from the far hash mark. Aranda barks out the signals, low snap, fake the handoff, rolls right, throws on the run. He's got a man. It is Aguilera at the 50 to the 40. It's a foot race to the 30 and knocked out of bounds at about the 28-yard line, but a huge pitch and catch. That's what the Cats needed to get started, Dawn Morgan.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if they could march down and just put a score on the board, I think that would be huge for the morale, the momentum, and really get this game off right.
39 yards officially to Adam Aguilera. It'll move the chains. First down for the Wildcats. Inside Denver City territory at the 31-yard line after the 39-yard gain into Denver City territory. Twins left, twins right. Aranda from the gun. Perez on his right shoulder. Three-step drop. He looks, throws the wide receiver screen near side. He's got Henson. Gets it inside the 30 and is going to be ridden out of bounds at about the 24-yard line as he is hit by Aiden Wells and knocked out, but not before. About an 8 and make it a 9. Yeah, make it an 8-yard gain to Henson. Make it 9 officially, so second down and 1. So that'll bring up a second down and 1 to go. From the 22-yard line, they need to get it to the 21. Again, forgive the shoddy camera work. So from the shotgun on second down and 1. Low snap, Ashton handles it, rolls right, pressured. He wants it all, going to the corner of the end zone and going to be batted away at the last second and almost picked off. As getting a hand up and knocking that one away was Zach Perez, the big senior linebacker for Denver City. And now it's third down and 1, Dawn.
Yes, it is, as I am still struggling with the score bug.
So it'll be third down and 1, an important third down and 1 just underway, 11:29 to go here in the first quarter of play. And we're going to have a late flag, so a 5-yard penalty, which will move Lovington inside the red zone. So move them up, and that'll be the 5-yarder. As I try and find, there's my penalty box. All right, so move the chains. First down Wildcats on the Denver City penalty. So from the 17-yard line, inside the red zone, twins left, twins right. Aranda rolls right, looks downfield, throws it underneath, has Aguilera at the 12, to the 10, spin move, and is going to be down at the 1-yard line. It's a 16-yard gain and move the chains. First down Cats. They look much, much, much more comfortable here tonight than they did last week. So 17 yards to Aguilera. He's already got 56 receiving yards on the night. It'll be first down and goal from the 1-yard line. Cats trying to punch it in early and take the lead here. So bunch up 3 to the right. Single back in the backfield is Perez. One man down to the left. Aranda gets it. He's going to take it himself, and he is going to be hit behind the line. Falls forward, and he is actually going to lose a yard on the designed quarterback run. So second and goal from the 1-yard line. Aranda 3 for 3 on this opening drive for 65 yards, and now they'll have it second and goal from the 2. No score, but Lovington knocks on the door. A minute gone from here in Denver City. So from the 2-yard line, second down and goal. Trips to the left side this time. One receiver up to the right. Perez in the backfield. Send a man in motion. That is Aguilera. He starts left, goes back right. Aranda with it. Flips it to the corner of the end zone and overthrows his intended target. Tayton Hilliard just led him a little bit far over on that far sideline. So the first incompletion will bring up a third down and goal from the 2. Critical for the Cats to punch it in here. So a third down and 2 to go. Lovington, third and goal from the 2, I should say. Temperature about 91 degrees as we get underway here in Denver City. A light breeze out of the northeast, but not enough to knock a whole lot of the heat off. So a big third down here, 3rd and goal. Send a man in motion. That is Gonzalez. Aranda with it, rolls right side, throws to a man and skips into the turf as Gonzalez bangs his hand and can't believe that he did not get that one. Incomplete, and so now it'll be 4th down and goal from the 2. The Cats have got to go for it, and they will, but they really need to punch it in here.
They have got to store right here.
They move the ball so effectively, but have gotten in the red zone and have misfired a couple of times. And some credit where credit is due to Denver City's defense. They've made some pretty good plays down there as well. 3 men across the front for Denver City. Trips to the right side, 1 to the left. Henson by himself to the left. And they'll throw it, and that one is going to be batted away, trying to get Henson on a little crossing route in front of the goal line, and reading that one beautifully and coming over was Daniel Cisneros. Knocked it away, and so incomplete, and so it'll be over on downs. It'll be Denver City football, 1st and 10 from their own 2-yard line.
That was a big stop by Denver City, and Lovington has got to overcome that, get the ball back as soon as they can. That dampens things right here on the sidelines considerably.
So over to the red team, 1st and 10 from the 2-yard line. Lovington burned about 90 seconds off the clock and got it to the doorstep, but were unable to punch it in. So it'll be Denver City football as the quarterback, Eric Escobar, barks out the signals. He's got split backs in the backfield with him. So Escobar is the quarterback. Waits for it, he gets it, and they're going to hand it off on a little counter tray, and a huge hole up the middle, and up to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 40, before finally being brought down. A huge gain right up the middle. That's kind of been Lovington's weakness, Dawn, as Aiden Wells takes off and is going to have it at the 42-yard line. It is a pickup of 40 and a 1st down for Denver City.
Yeah, but think about it. Lovington had a bigger return than that, and then they stalled out, so maybe they can force the same against Denver City.
So after the 40-yard rush by Aiden Wells, it'll be 1st down and 10 out of the shadow of their own goalpost. Denver City going to have 2 backs in the backfield with Escobar, spin 1 receiver left and 1 receiver right. And we had a penalty after the play, and so that one's going to go up 10, make it 15 yards. We had a personal foul after the play, and so the 15-yard penalty, ouch, that moves them inside Lovington Wildcat territory. And after the penalty, they are at the Cats' 44-yard line. That one is going to hurt just a little bit. So 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 44 after the personal foul penalty. From the shotgun, Escobar again. 2 backs in the backfield with him. 1 left, 1 right. Low snap, handles it, hands it off. Wells has a hole up the middle. He's across the 40 and is going to be brought down at about the 36, 37-yard line. Call it a pickup of 6 for Wells. 3 yards, or in this case 6 yards, in a cloud of dust. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Lovington's front line has got to do a better job sealing up those gaps, and the linebackers have to come in and plug them when the 3 up front get knocked out of the way.
Yeah, Lovington has had a real problem with gap coverage, especially against the running
game. Single back
game.
in the backfield this time, rolling near side, under pressure, and gonna be sacked as Escobar goes down. The Cats came in and got him. The charge being led by Joseph Perez. So it's going to be a sack, and 5 yards back goes Escobar and makes it 3rd down and 9. So 3rd and 9 after the sack on Escobar. Couple of Cats getting pressure on them, so now a critical 3rd down for the Denver City Mustangs. And we're going to have Escalante going at the quarterback this time. So Escalante with it. He's going to throw screen near side. Gets Wells. He's hit. Shakes off the first tackle. And Lovington will swarm him as Adam Aguilera, a couple other guys are there. It'll be a pickup of 2 as the quarterback that time was Escalante. But we will have roughing the passer, so it'll be a pickup of 2, but we're going to tack 15 yards onto the end of that one. Another bad penalty there, Dawn.
Yeah, Lovington has just got to settle down. I know they're amped up. They're disappointed because they didn't score on their first offensive drive, but now I think they've got to settle back. Coach D likes them to play aggressively, but you can't get penalties like this that just give 1st downs to your opponent.
To the 26-yard line, that's where Denver City will have it, as Escalante will stay in as the quarterback. High snap, he handles it, hands it off. Nope, keeps it himself, and he's just going to be hit behind the line and driven back to the 30-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4. I believe Escalante has been the quarterback the whole game, so I'll make the change here in my notebook. But he loses 4 on the play. And so that'll bring up the 2nd down and 14. Good job by the Lovington front that time. So 2nd down and 14, Denver City football, 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter. A pretty fast-moving first quarter. Lovington been hampered by a personal foul penalty and a roughing the passer penalty. So Escalante from the shotgun has it. 3-step drop, now he's going to be pressured, and he will be sacked. He's going to be brought down again. 2nd sack of the ball game, and back outside the 40 at the 41-yard line. Getting after him that time was Caleb Neese, and that's another big loss there, Dawn.
Yes, it is, and that was a good job. Caleb just came right through that line like water. He had a nice game, against Hobbs last week as well. He had a few key good plays last week.
6-yard sack, and so it is 3rd down and more than 20, so that was actually about a 9-yard sack. So they're going to have to get it. They're at the 41. They've got to get it to about the 18-yard line. So it is 3rd down and Seminole, 3rd and 23 officially. From the 46-yard line, and Coach Fontenoy wants to talk about it. He is going to take the timeout. 6:57 remaining in the first quarter. No score from here in Denver City. This is Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR. Back here at Mustang Stadium in Denver City, Lovington's defense trying to swarm in and push Denver City back. It's 3rd down and 23. Coach Fontenoy calls the timeout. Escalante looks, throws the wide receiver screen. It's batted, but right into the hands of Wells. He's going to get it across the 30 to the 31 to the 29-yard line. So he gets a good gain of 13, but it's not going to be enough for the 1st down. And so now it'll be decision time for the Denver City coaching staff, because they're still going to be looking at 4th down and 11. So 4th and 11 from the 30, make that the 29-yard line. Denver City will go for it, but Lovington just has not been able to buy a break the last couple weeks. That one gets batted at the line by Brian Gutierrez and right into the hands of Wells. Escalante with it, throws it across the middle, has a man at the 20. Good coverage across the middle, though. It'll be short of the 1st down as Tayton Hilliard slashes through and knocks down the receiver who picked that one up. I believe that was Ramiro, number 21. I don't have a 21 on the roster, so... But it's good for 8 yards, but it'll go over on downs to the Wildcats. Good defensive stand there for the Cats, Dawn.
Yes, it definitely was. I'm thinking that really is 31. It may look like 21 up there, but I think it's 31.
All right, so that is Zach Perez. So Perez with the 8-yard reception. And I got new glasses, too. I really don't have an excuse this time.
There's a 27 and a 31 on the field.
From the shotgun, Aranda going to keep it himself on the quarterback. Keeper goes over the right side, and it's going to become a rugby scrum at around the 25-yard line. So Aranda keeps it himself and picks up 5 on the ground. It'll be 2nd down and 5. So Aranda out of negative rushing territory, and it'll be 2nd down and 5. That's what you need to do. Just push the pile. Get yardage. Under halfway to go in the first quarter. No score, 5:40 remaining in the first. Clock still rolling. So 2nd down and 5 for the Wildcats. The Denver City-Lovington rivalry game. 2 tight ends in the game, twins to the right, 1 to the left. Cats moving from the south to the north. Aranda under pressure, lets it fly, has a man. That is Aguilera at the 40 and horse-collared near midfield, but he'll have more than enough for the Lovington first down as he is going to get a 17-yard completion. So 17 yards from Aranda to Aguilera, their second 17-yard hookup, and that'll be the 4th first down for the Wildcats.
And that was Zachary Perez, number 31, who brought him down. Otherwise, Aguilera had open field in front of him.
73 receiving yards on 3 catches for Adam Aguilera. Twins left, twins right. Hand it off. Nope, Ashton going to keep it himself, and he's going to push into Denver City territory. Not a lot of running room there. He'll pick up 2 on the play on the quarterback keeper, and it'll be 2nd down and 8. So about 2 yards, just pushing it up the middle, doing what they can to play conservatively a little bit here.
Yeah, as long as you move the chains forward, that's great. And now it's scoreless. You maybe have a little time to burn if you're going to make progress and eventually score. It's okay if you eat a little clock on the way.
No score, 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Twins left, twins right. Aranda from the shotgun. Send a man in motion. That is Aguilera from the right to the left. Ashton with it, throws the wide receiver screen and overthrow. His intended target was trying to get Aguilera on that one, but misfired a little bit. And so it'll be 2nd down.
Be 3rd.
3rd down, thank you, 3rd and 8. 83 yards for Ashton Aranda as the quarterback. So it'll be 3rd down and 8, 4:14 remaining. Clock stops when the incomplete pass falls. Twins left, twins right. So from the shotgun, send a man in motion. That is Aguilera. It's a bad snap, and Ashton going to go back, get it on the bounce. Going to flip it near side. Has Adam in the backfield, but he trips up, gets a toe caught in the turf, and so it'll be a completion, but it'll be for -5 yards. And so I'm thinking it's going to be punt time now for your Wildcats.
Yep. Again, Lovington just having trouble making the play that pushes them over. They'll make a few good plays, gain forward momentum, but when it counts, they're having trouble making that.
So it'll be 4th down and about 13 to go for Lovington. So 4th and 13, and they will have the punt team out. Nobody back to receive for Denver City. Tayton will have a chance to put this one right on the doorstep. Tayton will get the foot into it, kicks it away, and it'll bounce at the 20. Takes a huge Denver City bounce and is going to go into the end zone. So it'll be a touchback, so it'll come back out to the 20, and that's where Denver City will start their 2nd drive of the ball game. While we've got a moment, say a big thank you to our friends at Devon Energy, Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, and Stone Oil Field Services, making Wildcat football possible here on Z94 KZOR. And Dawn, at halftime, I think we're going to have to see if we can find a different mic frequency. We'll get through the first half, and then we'll work on it at halftime. So from the 20-yard line, it'll be 1st down and 10 for Denver City. No score here, 3:23 to go in the first quarter. Escalante from the shotgun. He's going to flip it to his man coming around the end. That is Wells, and he gets hit as he comes around the end. Good gang tackling for the Wildcats as Aguilera rides him down like a pony. It'll be a pickup of 3 for Wells. He's got 49 yards on 3 carries, and it's 2nd down and 7. So 2nd down and 7 for Denver City. Wow, pretty good spot, so make it 2nd and 6 officially. They gave him 5, and now a whistle going to sound as Coach G going to take a timeout. Wants to talk about it. 2:53 remaining in the first quarter. Lovington timeout, no score on the board. We're back in 1 minute on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back to Denver City. It is 2nd down and 6 out of the Lovington timeout. Denver City football from their 24-yard line. Lovington with 3 men across the front, no score. Good snap this time. Escalante with it, going to hand it off to big number 31, who just bangs across and is going to drag some cats with him and be out near first down yardage as Perez takes it up. He's going to be close to the first down. I think maybe he's got it from your angle. Can you tell, Dawn?
I think he may just have it. We'll see. Are they measuring?
So Perez, yeah, it's going to be very close. Nope, I think they're going to say it's 3rd down and a yard. So it'll be 5 3/4 yards officially. So I'll put 5 in the book for Perez. Clock moves, 2:15 to go in the first. Escalante from the shotgun once again gets it. Hands it off to Wells, hitting the backfield, and Lovington, nice job, swarming him under. He's going to lose a yard on the play. Great job by Brian Gutierrez and Brennan Garcia leading the charge there and bringing him down. And so now it's 4th down and a long one, short 2. And Denver City looks like maybe they are going to be bringing out the punt team here. Watch out for the fake would be my suggestion on this one. Kai Madison to punt it away. Back deep to receive will be Tayton Hilliard. Also heading back will be, that's Isaac Henson. And it'll be Henson who gets it at the 41, brings it up. Look, gets a block, takes it back around. He's still at the 40. We got a flag on the play, and we're going to have a hold on the return. So we ran about 45 yards for 0 gain, and they're actually going to move backwards on either an illegal block in the back or probably a hold. Looked like one of the linemen landed on one of his Denver City counterparts. Ivan Trinidad pretty much got sat on and used as a recliner over there by one of Lovington's guys, but we'll wait on the official call, and it will be, as the official says, it will be, an illegal block in the back on the Wildcats, and so it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So all 3 of Lovington's penalties, Dawn, have been of the big boy variety, 2 15-yarders and now a 10-yarder.
Ouch. Lovington just shooting themselves in the foot a bit.
Got to work on that, and so that'll move them all the way back to the 30-yard line. So that's where they'll have it. 1:18 to go here in the first quarter of play. No score. Lovington on their 3rd offensive drive. Came out on fire, but stalled out on the goal line and hadn't really been able to get much going since then. From the shotgun. And it'll be a Wildcat formation as it'll be Tayton Hilliard who takes it. He's going to hold it himself. He is going to be hit at the 30, gets to the 31, a late hit. On the near side, no call as Tayton going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but no more. So no gain, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Tayton running the Wildcat for the Wildcats. Hadn't seen, we did see that against Alamogordo one time, I think, if I remember back correctly. Under a minute to play, 2nd down and 10. Minute to play here in the first quarter. Wildcat football, no score on the board from here in Denver City. Twins left, Twins right. Aranda is the quarterback. Good snap, fakes the handoff, going to roll to the right side, going to be pressured, lets it fly down the sideline, and that one is going to be picked off at the 40. Jumping in front of that one like he knew it was coming to him was Alec Martinez, and the INT ends it just like that.
Well, but looking at it, I really thought he was out of bounds when he caught that. I didn't think either one of his feet landed. I thought he caught it, and while he was out of bounds, but
and it looks like maybe the officials are going to agree with you because they put a 3 up on across the way. So, dodged a bullet there. The INT becomes just an incompletion, and so it is 3rd down and 10. So, dodging the bullet there. So 3rd and 10, clock stops, 26 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Trips left, 1 right from my perspective. Aranda is the quarterback. Send a man in motion. That's Thompson. And Thompson in and out of his hands. First time that DeMarcus was targeted, so incomplete. And now it is going to be 4th down and 10. It'll be punt time for the Wildcats. Just not able to really get anything moving on that one. But good job by Denver City to put a little pressure on and sniff out what the Cats were trying to do there.
Both of these teams are just, luckily for us, Denver City not able to get anything going either.
Denver City not going to have anybody back deep to receive. Tate and Hilliard will kick it away. Now they're going to run Wells back. End-to-man in motion, high snap. Tatum handles it. Actually, that was Aguilera who is going to pop it up, and it's going to take a Denver City bounce, go back inside Lovington territory, and finally going to roll out of bounds at the 44-yard line. So not a great punt. Not sure why you wouldn't have Tatum booted. I mean, he's got the big boot. They didn't have anybody back deep, but
yeah, I don't know, because he angled that ball, kind of deliberately over here, and it fell just sort of the 54, and then, as you said, took that big Denver City bounce, and that's just a shame. That's an awfully good field position for Denver City now, getting the ball back.
So with 12 seconds to go here in the first quarter, no score, Denver City from the 44-yard line. Escalante is the quarterback, single back in the backfield with him as Wells. Twins left, one right. Hand it off, and it'll be Wells. Big hole up the middle, crosses the 40, right up the gut to the 35-yard line. You're going to say his motion stopped around the 34, but it's still going to be good for a pickup of 7 for Wells, who's got 55 yards on the ground on just 5 carries. Actually, they give him more than that with forward progress. Turns into an 8-yard gain. So it'll be second down and 2, but the clock expires on the first quarter. No score from here in Denver City. This is Wildcat Football from Z94 and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Back here at Denver City Mustang Stadium, second down and 2 for the Mustangs as we get the second quarter underway. No score. Escalante from the shotgun. He's got trips left, one to the right. Wells in the backfield with him. Good snap, and Escalante keeps it himself. Tries the right side, gets away from the first tackle, gets away from the second, grabs a couple of Wildcats with him. The ball is loose, but I think Denver City got it back right at the first down marker. So Escalante going to have enough for the first down, I do believe. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan is field side. Monica Rogo in studio engineering and producing. And they're going to say his knee went down just shy of the first down marker. So it's a 1-yard gain for Escalante. And so that'll bring up a third down and less than a yard for Denver City. Third and less than a yard, and now an official's timeout. As I think Coach Fontenoy on the near side is asking for a measurement. So we'll see what he's got there. Just underway, second quarter, no score. Denver City taking advantage of a not-so-good Lovington punt and getting good field position. And, yep, they have said that he did get enough for the first down, so it'll move the chains. First down for the Mustangs, their third of the ball game. So just inside the 35-yard line, officially at the 34 for Denver City. First down and 10 inside Lovington territory. Who will strike first in this ball game? Back and forth affair. Man in motion from the right to the left. Escalante with it, gonna hand it off to a big fullback, and not a lot of running room. Goes over the right guard, but not much room to run there, as that was number 20 carrying the ball. That was Elijah Gutierrez.
And that was Anson Marquez and Joseph Perez who brought him down.
So a 2-yard gain for Gutierrez, and it'll be second down and 8 from the 32-yard line inside Lovington territory. No score. Split 2 receivers left, 1 right. Extra tight end in the game, single back in the backfield with Escalante. Gets the signal, high snap, handles it, hands it off, and a little stutter step. That is Wells. Starts it left, cuts it back up the middle, and we've got a late flag coming in. Wells going to be a little bit short. He picks up about 7 on the play. Wells now with, that's going to be 63 yards on the ground, but I think we're going to be tacking some on to the end of this one as we got a personal foul face mask on Lovington, and so tack another 15 yards onto the end of that one. Ouch, 4 penalties, 55 yards for the Cats. They are killing themselves in the penalty department, Dawn.
And you can feel it here on the sideline for sure.
So that'll move it.
At least we can see on the sidelines now. Finally, the sun is just now behind the stadium. I can look across the field and see, and I have sunglasses on.
From the 13-yard line after the 15-yard penalty, it'll be first down and 10 for Denver City. Perez in the backfield goes to the right shoulder of Escalante. Handed off, and he takes it right. Not anything there as he is hit hard by Perez. And another Cat in there, too.
Anthony Gomez, number 27.
So it's going to be a loss of 1 for Perez. Good job by Gomez. Second down and 11 for Denver City. 9:40 remaining here in this first half of play. No score. Denver City pushing into the Lovington red zone. Lovington had a deep penetration into Denver City's but couldn't do anything with it. Denver City going to try and return the favor, as is the Lovington defense. Man in motion from the right to the left. Fake the handoff. Escalante rolls right, throws it, has a man at the 5 and into the end zone for the touchdown. Complete to number 22, Ivan Ramirez. So Ramirez from 14 yards out puts Denver City on the board first. They draw first blood here in Denver City this afternoon, as somewhere there's a cannon or a smoke machine that comes right into this press box.
Yeah, and over here too. Yeah.
Pardon me. So if I'm coughing, it's gunpowder. I have to talk to the Denver City AD about that. And they're going to say it's a penalty. So a hold wipes out the touchdown. So Lovington escapes on a penalty for Denver City. So a holding in the backfield moves them back outside the 20. To the 23-yard line. It is second down and 20, so it happened right at the line. Wipes out the touchdown. So Lovington dodges the bullet. Second and 20 after the hold, wipes the touchdown out. Watch for the same play here, and now they're going to hand it off to the near side. Running room for the Denver City running back.
That is 31, Zachary Perez.
That is Perez. Well, Perez going to get a yard, make it 3 yards out of it. 3 carries for 9 yards for the big fullback for Denver City. Big senior fullback, so right at the 20-yard line. It's now third down and 17. From the near hash mark, clock continues to move. 8:50 remaining here in the first half. No score. Denver City going to come out in a quad receiver look. 2 right, 2 left. Denver City, from my perspective, moving from the right to the left. From Dawn's, moving left to right. Perez in the backfield with Escalante, moves over to the right shoulder. Low snap, Escalante handles it. 3-step drop, now pressure, throws it underneath. Has Perez at the 20 to the 15. Going to be met by a couple of Cats who ferociously rip him down. That was Isaac Henson. Knocks him down after about a 8-yard completion. The 8-yard completion to Perez, and it is fourth down and call it 9. So 4th and 9 for Denver City from the 11-yard line. They do have room for the first down. Got to think that they are going to go for it. So, Denver City checking, 4th and 9, as they're checking on all of their play sheets and everything else. They're going to come out in a jumbo look. And so it'll be Escalante with it. Has time, goes to the back of the end zone and just throws it out of the back of the end zone. Incomplete. And so it'll be Lovington football on the over on downs. But Dawn, Lovington incredibly fortunate there that touchdown got called back.
Yeah, Lovington definitely dodged the bullet there. And, the coverage on 22 who would have made that touchdown was a little light. Now, Adam Aguilera was down there and pushed the receiver, but not until he had actually had the football in his hand. So it would have been a TD had it not been for that penalty. So Lovington needs to take this gift. They have to make something good come out of it and not waste this chance.
So from the 11-yard line, but we will have a timeout taken on the field. So with about halfway done here in the second quarter after the timeout, we'll be back in 30 seconds on KZOR. back here in Denver City after the timeout. 8:07 remaining in the first half of play. No score. Lovington has it first down and 10, but from the 11-yard line, the timeout taken by Lovington. They've just been a little bit out of sorts here after that opening drive, Dawn Morgan.
Yes, they have. Sorry, it's a little hard to hear you now. The band's completely tuned up in front of me and behind me.
Yeah, kind of caught in the crossfire down in that end. So it'll be first and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 11-yard line. Need to get something cooking right here. Twins left, Twins right. Ashton Aranda is the quarterback. Denver City shows blitz. Low snap. Ashton handles it. Throws the wide receiver screen out far side. Has a man. That is Aguilera. Gets away on the first. Gets from the second. Across the 20. Out to the 25. Make it the 26-yard line. Pick up a 15 and move the chains. First down, Cats.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to spot that at the 24. Right out to the 25. Okay, split the difference with you.
All right. So
I saw his foot go out right here in front of me.
So the 14-yard gain. And it moves the chains. First down for Lovington, their fifth of this first half. From the 25-yard line, after the 14-yard gain, 92 yards through the air for Aranda. Twins left, Twins right. Good snap, Ashton with it. Block gets picked up. He wants it all. Has a man, and it'll be complete and in and out. I thought it was complete to Gonzalez, but he couldn't hang on to it. Pretty good coverage down the field by Elijah Gutierrez, but should have had that one, just could not hang on to it. So back it comes the other way, second down and 10 for Lovington.
Yeah, and Enrique Banuelos was there for coverage on the other side for Denver City. So a little tough, but I'm like you, I thought he had it.
Looked like he did, but was still juggling and jostling it when he hit the ground, and it popped out. So second down and 10 from the Lovington 25-yard line. 7:44 remaining first half. Twins left, Twins right in a no-score ball game. Single back in the backfield. And they are going to hand it off. Tarango on the end around across the 30. Breaks a tackle. 35 out to the 40-yard line and move the chains. First down, Cats. Marcus Tarango with a 15-yard run. He had a good run last week against Hobbs, and he continues it against Denver City here.
Yeah, kind of a surprise. He's got really good speed. He came out of nowhere, took Denver City by surprise, and move the chains. It's awesome. To
the 40-yard line, Tarango, the senior running back, seeing more time the last couple of weeks. So send Twins left, Twins right. 7:17 remaining first half. Single back in the backfield again with Aranda. Send a man in motion left to right. Fake the handoff. Ashton keeps it himself. Is going to get back to the line, and we got flags all over the place as Denver City's line not fooled at all. Manny Gonzalez, first one in to level the hit. Jesus Travado also in, but now we'll wait on the call. That's in the neighborhood of holding, and it will be holding on Lovington. So move them back 10 more yards. 65 penalty yards on 5 penalties for the Wildcats. And that'll move them all the way back to the 30-yard line. Just kind of shooting themselves in the foot this first half, Dawn.
Yes, they are. Too many penalties at bad times. I mean, there's no good time for a penalty, really, but some hurt you worse than others.
Need to get it to midfield. It'll be first down and 20. Trips left. Single back in the backfield again. Aranda tries the hard count, and
flags immediately.
Yep, Denver City, I've got to think, jumped on that one, and it will be offsides on the Mustangs. So, all right, Lovington will get a free 5. Third penalty on Denver City for 20 yards. So, makes it a little bit better. First down and 15. Neither team really looking like they can find just a whole lot of rhythm here this evening, as it becomes a much nicer evening with the sun going down, I'm sure, Dawn.
It is a little cooler, but more importantly, it's no glare. That sun was fierce earlier.
Absolutely, it was. Trips left, one right from the far hash mark. First down and 15 on the flip end around. It'll be Aguilera with it. Comes near side. Back to the line of scrimmage, and he is going to be ripped down with authority. Grabbing onto the jersey and putting him on the tilt-a-whirl with Zach Perez, so no room to go for Aguilera. No gain, and it'll be second down and 15. The Cats like that play, but everybody has seen it now. You got to think they've got to be game planning for it. And we've got another penalty on the play, and we've got another hold on the Wildcats. Ouch, ouch, ouch. 75 penalty yards in this first half for Lovington. Moves them back 10. So now we get to play first down again, and it is first down and 25. Ouch. How many times can I say ouch? All right. Eerily reminiscent of a play 5 years ago. Twins left, two right. First down and 25. Aranda with it. Going to be pressured, and he's going to be hit back at the 21st sack of the ball game. As taking him down, first one to put the helmet on him was Manny Gonzalez. But now we've got another flag on the play. So hold on. It'll be a personal foul face mask on Denver City. So it wipes out the sack, and it'll move them forward. Thank goodness.
Well, that's another bit of a break for Lovington.
It is. They need to take advantage of it. 4 penalties, 35 yards for Denver City. And it takes them back almost to the original line of scrimmage. And we're still on first down. Oh, that is an automatic first down in Texas football, so it'll be first down and 10. Yeah, it would have been first down anyway, but it's first and 10 from the 37. Yeah, automatic first down under NCAA UIL rules. Trips right, one left. First and 10, Aranda with it. Comes near side, has a man. That is going to be Gonzalez across the 40 to the 42-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 as he gets that one out to Caesar, 2nd and 5. 98 yards through the air for Aranda in this first half. 2nd down and 5 from the 42. 5 minutes exactly remaining in the first half. No score in this one. From Mustang Stadium in Denver City, I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan at the field side, courtesy of Now Pharmacy. Twins left, twins right, hand it off. Tarango starts it right, bounces it up over the center to the left, and gets to about we're going to see. Looked like he got to the 45, but I think they're going to spot him inside the 45. Yeah, wow. They say his knee went down back at the 42. So for Marcus, it's just a 1-yard gain. So now it's 3rd down and 4. 3rd and 4 for the Wildcats. 4:15 to go here in the first half. No score. Neither team able to get on track thus far. New quarterback in the game as Aranda splits out wide to the left. High snap. Fake the handoff to Tarango. Gunning it across the middle as Henson has Aguilera. He's across the 40 to the 30-yard line. Huge gain and move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
Wow, big completion. That was a nice fake. It was a little pump fake to the side, to the right, and then he looked, and Aranda found his man, and nice throw, good connection,
Henson
and great
runs,
time for a first down.
Henson runs the Wildcat, 23 yards. Aguilera now with 5 catches for, that is 91 yards, and move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
They've got some time on the clock. They need to finish marching down the field and get on the board.
Ashton Aranda back at the quarterback position. Tarango on his right shoulder. Trips to the left, one to the right. High snap, Ashton with it. Has time, flips it over. Has a man, that is Aguilera again. Turns the corner and is going to be forced out inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line. So all that for about a 2-yard gain. But hey, you take it, you move the chains, you get out of bounds. It stops the clock. And it'll be 2nd down and 8. 100 receiving yards, or rather passing yards for Aranda unofficially in this first half.
3:18 left to play in this second quarter.
Cesar Gonzalez will bring the play in from the offensive staff on the sideline. So 2nd down and 8 for the Cats from the 28-yard line. Need to get it to the 20. Lone back in the backfield. As getting it is Aranda. Rolls near side, under pressure, throws it underneath, has a man. That is Hilliard. He's going to be near first down territory. He was knifed down immediately by Israel Gandara. It'll all depend on the spot, but I think he may have enough for the first down, Dawn.
Yeah, from my angle, it's all the way across the field, and it's too close to call. It would be nice if he had it, but then again, he could be about 1 yard short. Yeah, and there he is, 1 yard short.
Taten's first catch of the ball game. And leaves them less than a yard to go. So 3rd down and less than a yard. Ball between the 20 and the 21-yard line. They need to get this first down. Keep things going. Denver City will have the football to start the second half. Aranda from the shotgun. Ashton with it, takes it himself, goes right over the middle, is hit at the line, but manages to fall forward. He will have 1 yard, and it should be enough. Tackle there, Jaden Lopez, and yep, he gets the yard he needs, and just enough to move the chains. First down, Wildcats, their 8th of the first half. So they've had some moments where they've been able to move the ball. Now they need to figure out how to cash it in. 2:52 clock ticks remaining in the first half. Neither team has scored. Lovington inside the red zone. They're trying to continue this march late in the first half with no score on the board. Send a man in motion. That is Aguilera from the right to the left. He goes into the slot left side. And whistles sound as I think timeout was taken by Lovington. So they'll take their final timeout of the first half. So with the timeout, 2.5 minutes to go. First half, no score. This is Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Back here in Denver City, Lovington takes its final timeout. They are inside the Denver City red zone, first down and 10. With Dawn Morgan fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle from high above Mustang Stadium. And Lovington has got to find a way to punch it in here late, Dawn.
Yes, they do, and it would be really great timing going into half. Up, of course, if they punch it in now, that leaves a little time on the clock for Denver City, and they would have to be very careful not to let Denver City return that score and tie it back up. So for first order of business, they have to get into the end zone themselves.
Yes, they do. So it'll be first down and 10 from right at the 20-yard line. Lovington football here on Z94 KZOR. Trips left to right, empty set in the backfield for Aranda. Lovington's going to try and spread them out. Aranda throws it across the middle, right into coverage and in and out of the hands of Jaden Lopez. I'm glad that he's not a defensive back and he's a lineman, or that would have been an interception and maybe a pick six. So another bullet dodged. Aranda's lived pretty dangerously on a couple of passes tonight. Just did not see Lopez there in the middle, and he almost made him pay for it. So it'll be second down and 10. Lovington cannot continue to tempt fate. They have dodged so many bullets here in this first half. A couple of bad penalties that wiped out a turnover and a touchdown for Denver City. And then a potential interception dropped. Second down and 10 from the 20. Hand it to Tarango on the sweep left. Turns it up. Going to get about 5 yards on the sweep to the left side to the 15. Tarango's got another gear. Just couldn't quite get into any open space. His third carry for 21 yards. And so from the 15, it'll be third down and 5. So third and 5 for the Wildcats from the 15 and the far hash mark. No score as we hit 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Lovington just taking their time. They are out of timeouts, so something to be aware of. Send twins to the right side, one to the left. Aguilera in motion from the right to the left, now brings it back to the right side. Aranda rolls right, throws it, tries to get Henson. It is popped up in the air and incomplete. Good coverage down the field by Israel Gandara. So incomplete, and so it'll be third down. Make that 4th and 5 for the Cats. Do you go for the end zone here, Don, or do you just go for the first down?
I think you really got to just get the first down first. I think first things first.
A lot easier to get 5 yards than it is to get 15. From the 15-yard line, 4th down and 5. G means go. And so the Cats will be going for it deep inside Denver City territory. Their second deep penetration of the night. Still nothing to show for it. Empty it out in the backfield. Trips left to right. High snap, Ashton handles it, comes across the middle, and that one is going to be knocked away at the very last second by Daniel Cisneros, so incomplete, and Lovington will turn it over on downs once again and pin Denver City back in their deep in their own territory, but another opportunity missed for the Wildcats, Dawn.
And they're probably, going to come to regret a lot of these. Let's hope they can get fired up and have a good enough second half that they don't regret letting some of these opportunities to get first downs and to get on the board go by the wayside.
91 seconds to go first half. No score. Denver City will have the ball first in the second half. From the shotgun, Escalante with it. Hands it off on a sweep to the right side. Huge hole for Perez. He's across the 20, 25 to the 30. Cuts it back and is going to be met at the 35 and dropped there, but not before a 20-yard gain for Perez. And it'll move the chains. First down for Denver City. And that will stop the clock while they move the chains. And nope, now Denver City going to say we're going to take the timeout as a generous spot across the 35 to the 37 to make it a 22-yard gain. We'll keep it right here. Say a big thank you to the good folks at Navajo Refining Company, Norley Hospital, Nowell Pharmacy, bringing you Dawn Morgan on the sideline, Man Welding, Bob's Thriftway, and the First American Bank of Lovington. The Bob's Thriftway halftime coaches conversation ought to be fairly interesting because you've got to think that Coach G knows the kind of opportunities that they've missed and how many times they've shot themselves in the foot, frankly, with just really, really bad penalties. So we'll see what he has to say in the coaches' conversation coming up at the half. Minute 16 to go here in this first half. No score. Denver City gets it out to the 37-yard line. A 22-yard run for Perez around the left side. So Denver City back up on the line, ready to go. First down and 10. Their fourth first down of the first half. Lovington is winning this game in most of the statistical categories, but still no score on the board. Twins left, twins right. Single back in the backfield with Escalante. Send a man in motion, that's Wells. Fake the handoff to Wells, then give it up the middle to Perez. He crosses the 45 out to the 47-yard line. He's going to have the first down. Drags a couple of Wildcats with him as it'll be on the stop. Tayton Hilliard in and gets him after, so it'll be another 11-yard gain. That's 42 yards on the ground on just 5 carries for Perez. And they're going to go quick. Hand it off on the end around to the 50 and going to be bumped out of bounds as that is Perez again. It'll be a pickup of 3. He's got 45 yards on the ground. So it'll be second down and about 7. And I will move the camera. I apologize. I'm going to fire my camera guy at some point. And I'm sure most people wouldn't mind that. Probably wouldn't mind the camera guy shutting up a little every now and then, too. I am my own camera guy tonight. Trips to the right, one to the left. Denver City with it. 1 minute to play in the half. Keeping it himself. Escalante, huge hole up the middle, across the 45 to the 40 to the 35-yard line. And finally, it takes 5 cats to bring him down. That is a huge gain. 18 yards on the keeper for Escalante. And it'll move the chains. First down, Denver City. They are going to go into hurry-up mode. Escalante, good snap, has it, has time, rolls right, throws it underneath, has a man at the 30-yard line, and it'll be complete to number 3, Madison.
And that was our number 3, Adam Aguilera, who was right there as soon as he caught it and brought him down.
So the 4-yard completion is the 6th attempt of the night for Escalante. But he is 5 of 6 for 35 yards. And timeout on the field. And I don't see Laundry on the field.
No, the refs are just talking about something.
I'm not sure what they could be discussing.
1 seconds left on the before half. They're marking 2nd and 10.
So I guess they're going to say incomplete maybe. It skipped in. I mean, they've still got the football all the way up at the 31-yard line. But they've got the marker back at the 30, and they're still discussing it. Or at the 35, pardon me. I mean, it was a clean catch. I don't know what they could be talking about there.
It was a clean catch and a clean tackle.
And it'll be an illegal procedure on Lovington.
Gee, and Denver City is the one
Man
hurrying
lined,
up to the line.
Yeah, man lined up offside. So the question is, will Denver City take that penalty?
Or the result of the play?
Yeah. So they must have had somebody lined up in the neutral zone.
Well, I'm not surprised.
That's really the only way you can do it on that. And, wow, they're going to say something after the play.
Huh.
And so they're going to tack 5 more onto the end of it.
Wow.
No, it will be from the original line of scrimmage. They don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. It will be it will be from the original line of it will be from the original line of scrimmage. I thought that was correct, lining up in the neutral zone. So it'll be 1st and 5, so it'll wipe out the 4-yard completion. They'll take the 5-yard penalty. 41 seconds to go, first half, no score. Trips left, 1 right for Denver City. Lovington's defense trying to hold. They're going to put 3 men across the front. And we've got more discussion between the side judge and the official. So now they're going to talk to the Denver City coaching staff. I hope at some point they're going to go inform the Lovington coaching staff what's going on. I think they told him, nope, it was pre-snap, so you can either take the play or you can take the penalty. Okay, I think that is correct. So, all right, 1st and 5 from the 30 after that confusion. Now they'll roll the clock with 41 seconds to go. Escalante comes near side. It'll be a design quarterback keeper. He crosses the 30 to the 25 to the 20 and is going to be spun down near side at the 20-yard line as hopping out of the play. That was Isaac Henson, but it's still a big play. Call it 10 yards, and it'll move the chains. First down for Denver City. Denver City with it. Throw it near side, and that'll be picked up off the turf. Scooped up by Perez at the 15 to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6 for Perez on the completion. So the pickup of 6 makes it 2nd down and 4. Lovington needs to stiffen up. 22 seconds to go first half. Send a man in motion is Wells. Hand it to Wells. Fake the double reverse. And they're going to have it. And Wells keeps it himself. Gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're going to say gets to the 10. So he gets 6 yards. And that'll be enough for the first down. Wells with 69 rushing yards on 7 carries. And now a whistle sounds. So we'll see what's going on here. Denver City has it inside the Lovington red zone. 16 seconds to go. They've gone to the hurry up, and they have gotten the giddy up on, and Lovington has yet to find an answer for it. The Ponies doing the giddy up. I think that's the bad pun I'll use for today, and we'll have a penalty on Lovington, and we'll have a penalty on Denver City, which will offset unsportsmanlike conduct on both of them. So I think things are getting just a little bit, we normally say chippy, but so it'll be 1st and goal from the 10-yard line for Denver City after the result of the play. So Mustang football, 1st and 10, 16 seconds to go, no score. 1 run, 1 left, 1 right, no score. High snap, keeping it himself. Escalante comes to the left side, and he is going to tiptoe out of bounds. See where they put him. He's inside the 10. I don't know where they're going to put him. He stepped out. I'm right on top of that, and they're going to give him to the 5. He stepped out about the 7, but okay. So it'll be a 5-yard gain on the quarterback keeper. And so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 5. 8 seconds remaining. They've got to go. They've got 2-3 shots at the end zone, but they got to go fast. Escalante with it, fakes the handoff, goes over the middle, has a man, and into the end zone, 5 yards out, and it'll be a touchdown to Ramirez. He's the one that got called off on earlier, 5 yards for the touchdown for Ramirez. And Denver City will go up with 4 seconds to go in the half by a score of 6-0, the point after to come. So Lovington played with fire the whole first half, Dawn, and it finally burns them here with 4 seconds left to go in this half.
So Denver City ends up doing what Lovington was trying to do with about a minute and a half left, and they're into the field.
Junior Carmona to attempt the point after for the Mustangs. Snap is good, the kick is up, and it is good. So 4 seconds to go in the first half. It's Denver City 7, Lovington nothing. We'll just keep it right here because we're getting ready for the halftime show. Of course, the Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from our friends at Lovington Auto Supply. Before we go to the halftime show, we will have our Bob's Thriftway coaches conversation going into the half. Of course, thanks to Coach G for always being so generous with his time, both before and after the games, to speak with us. We definitely appreciate that, and we appreciate our friends over at Bob's Thriftway for allowing us to do that and making it possible for it to do us. So a 5-yard pitch and catch from Escalante to Ramirez right over the middle, and the point after is good. Denver City gets the giddy-up pony offense going. Their hurry up, and they hurry it right down the field and punch it in late. They'll also have the ball to start the second half. So it'll be Denver City kicking it away. You've got to think they're probably going to just kind of squib it here. Don't want to give Lovington a chance to return this one, I would not think. As Carmona, he'll tee it up, and he'll put the boot into it, and he will boot it away, and it'll be fielded at the 15 by Henson, to the 15, to the 20, 25 to the 30, 35 to the 40. Got some room. Stiff arms a man to the 50, to the 40. Puts a shoulder into somebody, knocks him top over tea kettle, but knocks himself out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So Lovington trying to get something going there late, and so we will head to halftime with Denver City in the lead of this one by a score of 7-0. Should be an interesting coaches conversation, to be sure, with our good friend Coach Gonzalez from our friends at Bob's Thriftway. Of course, thanks to the Jamesons, great supporters of Wildcat Athletics. Don Morgan.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Okay, first half, close but no cigar. Lots of bad penalties at terrible times. What's going on?
A good job offensively. We're moving the ball down the field, then we get inside the red zone and we can't finish inside the red zone. So doing a lot of things to hurt ourselves with penalties. Defensively, I thought we settled in pretty good, and then they had to change at quarterback, start to run the quarterback a little bit. So we're going to have to make some adjustments with that, with him in the game. But aside from that, I mean, there's a lot of really good things going on right now.
Statistically, you guys are winning this game pretty much in most categories, just not on the scoreboard.
Yeah, absolutely. When we get inside the red zone, we got to finish. Coming out here the second half, we're going to them. Got to play great defense, get them off the field, and I feel like if our offense we can keep giving them the football, we're going to have a chance to put them in the end zone.
Besides finish, what's your big message to the team at half?
Don't let us beat us. The penalties, just eliminate those foolish penalties, and we'll be good to go.
All right.
Okay,
thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you very much, Don Morgan and Coach G. Our Bob's Thriftway coaches conversation. The Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show comes your way in just a few moments. This is Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Welcome back to your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How Halftime Show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the parts and the love for your car, and you know you're going to, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. So the Cats trail by a score of 7-0 here in Denver City. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first half numbers for this one. We will start with the Denver City Mustangs. Their quarterback, Jonah Escalante, the sophomore, goes 7 of 8 for 46 yards and 1 touchdown in the first half. His favorite target was Perez, who had 3 catches for 22 yards, but the more important one was to number 22, Ivan Ramirez, with a 5-yard touchdown reception. Wells 1 catch for 13 yards and Madison 1 catch for 4 yards. As Denver City has really been getting it done on the ground, Wells leads the way, 7 carries for 69 yards. Escalante, 7 carries, 17 yards. That's a little bit deceiving because he was sacked twice by the Lovington defense. Perez with 6 carries for 45 yards and Gutierrez 1 carry for 2 yards. So if you're keeping score at home, that is 46 through the air, 133 on the ground, which means 179 total yards in the first half for Denver City. Denver City was flagged 4 times for 35 yards in the penalty department. They had 6 first downs and no points in the first and 7 points in the second. So turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats, Ashton Aranda's been the quarterback all night tonight. He goes 9 of 18 for 108 in the first half. No touchdowns and no interceptions. Adam Aguilera's done most of that damage. He's got 6 catches for 93 yards. Isaac Hinton, 2 catches for 23. Tate Hilliard, 1 catch for 8. Cesar Gonzalez, 1 catch for 5. So 108 through the air for the Wildcats. Some of those numbers get a little bit skewed because of some penalties and things that happened. On the ground, Marcus Tarango, the leading rusher right now, 3 carries for 21 yards. Ashton Aranda, 4 carries for 7 yards. 1 carry Adam Aguilera, no gain. And 1 carry Tate Hilliard, no gain. So you've got 108 through the air and 28 on the ground, which gets you to 136 total yards for the Wildcats. The penalties, this is where it really kills them. 7 penalties for 80 yards on the Cats in that first half. They did have 8 first downs, but just not able to get a whole lot going. One had a 1st and goal to start the game and just could not push it in from the 1-yard line, and after that it has pretty much been a fight and a struggle as the Big Blue Band coming off the field here at Mustang Stadium in Denver City. They win every halftime, although I bet Denver City does a pretty good job as well. So as we continue our Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How Halftime Show, we'll come back with your keys to the second half. This is Wildcat Football from Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel.
30.
Welcome back to your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Get the Napa Know-How for your car from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. I'm TJ Miracle, high above Mustang Stadium. Don Morgan patrolling field side tonight. Monica Rogo in studio engineering and producing. And Don, I don't know if you can hear me with the blast zone down there with the bands and everything going on, but what do you think of that first half, and what do you think are going to be the keys to the second half?
Well, pretty much what Coach said. And by the way, the band is the Denver City band is on the field right now. They're turned away from me, so I'm out of the blast zone for now. And luckily, I think maybe your frequency problems fixed. All of that
At least
stuff
a
that
little
we
better,
struggle
so.
with. Yeah, behind the scenes. Yeah, I managed in that about the middle of that first quarter to get the score bug, problem. It worked out, back and fixed and running, so that's been up for a while. So, look, I'm just happy that the sun finally went down. My goodness, this was sort of a miserable start to everything this afternoon. The glare, I think it's a good thing that most of the action on the field was going north-south, because the east-west, man, from looking over here, it was hard. Even with sunglasses on, it was really hard to see what was going on until about midway through that first quarter. It was pretty fierce. But now that we're playing, and this has been a rocky start for Lovington, as you said, a lot of good things, and the coach mentioned they're doing some things well, but they just can't seem to finish when they get into that, okay, now you've got to have the first down and move the chain forward or move into the end zone. They have just come up short. They haven't been able to find whatever it is they need to be able to make that happen.
No, they certainly haven't, and I think that's going to be the key to this second half, is they've got to make it happen. They've had some success moving the football against this Denver City squad, but for some reason they seem to get one or two first downs, and then all of a sudden everything just the wheels just kind of come off for them. So I don't know what the solution to that is. Now for Denver City, they just need to keep doing what they're doing. Lovington is a 4A school, Denver City a 3A school. Even though 3A in Texas is a little different than 4A in New Mexico, that's still, they just need to keep doing what they're doing. For Denver City, when they picked up the pace there with, the 2-minute drill, as they say, Lovington just had no answer on defense for it.
Yeah, Lovington just really, they're struggling in several ways. Denver City would make some adjustments, and Lovington would struggle to make adjustments back. And they're just a little slow, tonight to kind of get things rolling. A little rocky start. If they could just be a little more consistent, and as the coach said, quit making those foolish mistakes, those bad penalties that just shot them in the foot. You heard he said, we gotta not beat us, not let us beat us. So they've got to focus on Denver City as the opponent. Right now, they're losing the game against themselves.
Yes, they certainly are. And just a quick note back at the station, guys, the tie line is reconnected, so you should have us back on the tie line. You got to love technology. I need to speak with the athletic director from here in Denver City, Chief, about their technology up here. But no, I'm kidding. They're very nice, and it's nice to see. It's kind of like Lovington home week in some ways up here, with Chief Bridgeforth being the athletic director for Denver City, Coach Speedy Faith being one of the football coaches for Denver City. So yeah, a little like Lovington old home week up here in some ways. So Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show continues, as this is going to be an extended version because it is homecoming here in Denver City. I know it's not the only homecoming for the West Texas schools tonight. I know Kermit also having their homecoming tonight, and my parents were actually going to that for their 50th reunion. Actually, my mother's 50th reunion. And she'll probably hurt me for saying that, since she's where she can actually hear the game tonight. So I may be in trouble when we get home, but that's the way it normally works. So the Denver City Band out on the field right now, and then they'll have the homecoming court crowned here at Denver City. So we'll go ahead and take another 3-minute timeout, come back and continue. This is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show on Z94 KZOR. Back here in Denver City at Mustang Stadium, this is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How Halftime Show, extended edition because of the extended halftime tonight here in Denver City because of the homecoming celebrations going on with the Mustangs. I'm TJ Miracle, high above the stadium. Dawn Morgan patrols field side for us tonight, courtesy of our friends at Now Pharmacy. Monica Rogo in studio engineering and producing tonight. So as we continue our journey through a homecoming halftime, the court from here in Denver City being introduced out onto the field. So, of course, we've got other games going on involving Lee County teams tonight. Tatum taking the long drive up to Escalante, or not Escalante. Estancia, thank you. I'm looking at Escalante on my stat sheets, on my roster and stat sheets, and thinking Escalante. But yes, went to Estancia earlier and handily took care of the Dulce Hawks. That was an odd game at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday afternoon. Of course, going on tonight, then back over in the other two Lee County teams are in Chavez County tonight, as Eunice is in Dexter taking on the Dexter Demons. That game late in the first half. Dexter leading the Cards 7-0. Hobbs is in Roswell at the Wool Bowl taking on the Goddard Rockets, and I believe they were up in that one 14-6 or 14-7. So, a lot of action going on tonight. The Eunice game on our sister station, 103.7 KPZA, and the 103.7 KPZA and the Eunice Sports YouTube channel, and the Hobbs game on our sister station, Cool 95.7, and on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel. Of course, we do ask that you please subscribe to your favorite team's YouTube channel. We would appreciate that. Lovington, I want to make sure that the Wildcat YouTube channel, Lovington Sports YouTube channel, continues to outpace the others. So if you get a minute, subscribe to that YouTube channel. Just because we would like you to. If we get enough folks, eventually we start getting like a penny for every ad they put on it. So, I mean, really, it's called. Hey. I'll be honest. It's called monetization.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of hoops you have to jump through to get to it. And we've jumped through all the hoops except for subscribers. The Lovington Sports YouTube channel is the only one that's close, and it's only about halfway there. But then, I mean, we start literally getting, pennies when somebody clicks on it. But if we it is. Good. But hey, if we can monetize it, we get enough of those pennies, eventually we can get some new and different and maybe even better equipment, and continue to bring you these ball games. And we get to do that no matter what happens with YouTube. We get to do that because of great sponsors like Devon Energy, the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply. Of course, this is the Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How Halftime Show. Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, and Stone Oilfield Services. Also couldn't do this without Navajo Refining Company, Norley Hospital, Now Pharmacy, Man Welding, Bob's Thriftway, and the First American Bank of Lovington. We appreciate their help and support, making sure that we can provide the audio and the video to you absolutely free of charge. So many places charge you to watch the streams of your teams and your sports and your athletes. We don't do that with No Walmart Digital, and we do not have to charge because we have great supporters that we have there that I just named off, and you hear their ads, of course, on the radio stream, Dawn.
Yeah, and a quick note, too. I'm sitting over here on the track, and the Lovington band didn't go back up into the stands yet. They're all around me. I think they are going to be playing the fight song as soon as the Lovington team bursts back onto the field through the Wildcat inflatable tunnel down there. So it'll be loud in just a while. But I do think it's worth mentioning that the Lovington marching band, the Lovington band, is having a fundraiser tomorrow. They're having a mattress sale, and that's going to be from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Taylor Middle School. So if you would like to help support the Lovington band, both in their marching and their symphonic endeavors, then certainly go to that mattress sale tomorrow at Taylor Middle School in Lovington, and they would welcome your support there.
Well, certainly would. A great way to support it. And, hey, you know what? If you need a new mattress, that is a fantastic way to get it. Now then, Dawn, do you want them to go to the mattress sale in Lovington before or after they go to Permian Toyota and see you and Monica tomorrow from 11 to 1?
Could be before or after. And then, of course, they need to go over to Wildcat Gym tomorrow afternoon as the Lovington volleyball squad is supposed to host Tatum for that match at 2 o'clock.
Yep, and we will have that for you on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and also the Lovington Sports tab at hobbsamerica.com. I'll go up there and get us set up, and then you'll be up to call that play-by-play. So tomorrow about 2 o'clock on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and the Lovington Sports tab at hobbsamerica.com. As the Denver City football team coming back out onto the field, they're like, "Yep, we're ready to warm up here," and they're still doing homecoming festivities on the sidelines.
I really think that this actually helps Lovington because the Denver City scored right before half and had that big head of steam and that nice momentum going into the halftime. And yes, they will get the ball, to start with in the third quarter. But this long, locker room stay and coming out here, they're having to warm up again before they run through the tunnel back out on the field once they're allowed to do that, once the homecoming festivities are completely done. Lovington is still in the locker room, and I really think that this actually is to their benefit. It maybe helps cool down the Denver City, and maybe Lovington gives them a little extra time to really get everything resorted and kind of get re-energized and refocused to have a big second half. They're known as a second half team, and they're going to need that when they come out here in the third quarter.
Yes, they are, and I know a lot of coaches absolutely hate homecoming, especially when it's their own homecoming, just because, we're talking about 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. They are thinking about the homecoming dance and who the homecoming queen was, and they're sometimes not necessarily thinking about football. There was a year when I was in Big Spring where we were everybody's homecoming, and we just got used to the long half times. And it's tough on both teams, and I know a lot of coaches hate it. It's great for the towns, it's great for the schools, it's great for the communities, but sometimes it's a little tough on the players. And coming out of halftime, I think you're right, Don. It gives Lovington a chance to catch their breath and kind of reassess where they have been at in this ball game, and it gives them, frankly, more time to make adjustments and to take advantage of their depth. Lovington is deeper than this Denver City team. It hadn't stopped them so far, but if Lovington can start getting their depth into play, it becomes a much different game, I think, in the second half.
Yep, and it looks like Lovington is pouring out of the locker room, getting ready to run through the tunnel, and the Denver City Band is filing off the field right now, so we're just about ready to see what this second half will bring. Yes,
we are. So this has been your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. We're back in 90 seconds for the start of the second half. This is Wildcat Football from Z94 KZOR. Back here in Denver City, getting ready for the start of the second half. Denver City leads this one by a score of 7-0. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan patrols field side courtesy of Now Pharmacy. Monica Rogo in studio, engineering and producing. It'll be Denver City ball up by a score to start the second half. Final thoughts as we get ready to kick this second half off, Don. And we've lost Don again, so we'll figure it out between now and then. So it'll be.
I think. Yep, I'm here.
Okay, there you are.
All right. Yeah, 7-0. Lovington needs to change that as fast as they can.
They do, as Henson will kick it away. It'll be a high end-over-ender. It'll be fielded back inside the 10, bringing it up to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, cutting it back up the middle, across the 25 to the 27-yard line. I think that was Madison bringing it back up and then getting hit by a couple of cats. Adam Aguilera and Cesar Gonzalez coming out of the bottom of the pile, as was Tarango. So the gang tackle there, but a good return. Denver City with good starting field position here in the second half. Again, forgive the camera work if you're watching on the YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Denver City as Escalante brings his troops back out. In the backfield with him is going to be Wells and Perez to start the second half. Twins to the right, one to the left. Denver City moving right to left. Up 7-0. Hand it off to Wells. On the little counter tray to the right side. He's hit behind the line and spun down back at the 25. They're going to say he went down at the 26, so it's a loss of 1. Good coverage there, Dawn.
Yeah, very good coverage. Lovington D definitely needs to do their job here. It would be great to either force Denver City to go over on downs, get the ball back here, or to be able to knock something loose, get something going, get an exciting play, run for the end zone, get Lovington started.
Second down and 11. Denver City from their own 26-yard line. 1 minute gone here in the third quarter. Denver City up 7-0. Changing the play at the line is Escalante. Tries the hard count, doesn't get it. Low snap, handles it, looks to pass, wants it all, coming near side. Has a man running, and it'll be complete at the 40-yard line as the dart to Spencer Freeman. And that'll get them up, way up. So Denver City on the march. That'll be good for 31 yards to Freeman, and it moves the chains for Denver Cesar Gonzalez
and Tayton Hilliard were on him, but they just did not keep up with their man well enough.
Denver City in the hurry-up offense. Hand it off. Coming left, then cutting it back right is Wells. He's going to be up to the 30. It'll be good for 3 yards for Wells. He's got 71 on 9 carries, and it'll be 2nd down and 7 for Denver City.
It looked like Remy Hernandez was in on that stop.
So from the 30-yard line.
And Isaac Henson, too.
Denver City trying to continue their march with 10.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter, leading 7-0. They've decided to stay in the hurry-up. Twins left, one right. Lovington has not managed to get any pressure since early in the ball game on Escalante. He changes the play at the line. Split backs in the backfield with him. High snap, handles it, hands it off, coming near side is going to be Wells. Gets a hold of the 25 to the 20, cuts it back inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line before Henson finally brings him down. But it's good for 16 yards, and it's a 1st down for Denver City.
I just, watching him run to the left, I couldn't believe he kept picking his way through. Just almost no opposition to him on the line that he chose to run.
Got some big blocks up front, and that sprung him. So checking over with the offensive coaching staff near side. Plays go in. Denver City with 1st down and 10 from the 14-yard line. 9:52 to go in the third. Denver City's first possession of the half, looking to punch it in and go up by 2 scores. From the shotgun this time. Getting it is Escalante, handing it off again to Wells. Little stutter step, takes it out to the left side and is going to be pushed out inside the 10 at the 5-yard line. So it's a pickup of 9 for Wells. He's
basically the very same play. Very same play.
96 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 1 from the 5-yard line for Denver City. Lovington going to keep 3 men across the front. 2 receivers set, 2 tight ends in the ball game. Hand it off. Wells going to take it right side again. Gets inside the 5, down to about the 3 before Lovington finally stacks him up and moves him back. It'll be a pickup of 3 yards, and it'll be enough to move the chains. Denver City first and goal from the 3. 99 yards for Wells on 12 carries. Denver City, this is just like Lovington's drive to start the game, Dawn, eerily reminiscent thereof. So now
yeah, except that Denver City is moving even faster with their hurry-up offense, and Lovington is fighting that a little.
High snap as keeping it himself. Escalante rolls near side, has a man near side and into the end zone, and he gets it to Perez from 3 yards out, and Denver City punches it in where Lovington could not, and they'll go up 13-0 on the Wildcats. 3-yard touchdown to Perez. He's got 25 receiving yards to go along with 45 on the ground, and now a touchdown. So just what Lovington did not need to happen has happened as Denver City comes out and basically just rams it right down their throat, takes 3 minutes off the clock, and puts it in the end zone. The point after to come, it is up, and it is good. So 9:01 to go here in the third quarter. Denver City 14, Lovington nothing. This is Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. All right, I guess we're not going to take a break. So welcome back here to Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. It's a 3-yard touchdown strike from Escalante to Perez. And so the point after was good, and that'll put Denver City up 14-0. I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan patrols field side. Going to be critical now, Dawn, for the Cats to respond.
Yeah, they have to answer. They just can't get further down in the hole. So their special teams have to come through here. Might be good to have a big run back, get some good field position.
Carmona to kick it away. It'll be a wobbler that's going to bounce at the 20. Picked up at the 10-yard line. Bringing it back is Henson. Little hesitation inside the 15. Gets away from 1, but can't get away from 2. Is going to be up at the 20-yard line. First and 10 from the 20. They didn't let him get the big return that time. Denver City stayed in their assigned lanes and really didn't give him anywhere to go. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Cats from the 20-yard line. Lovington needs to score on this possession, and the defense needs to come up big for the rest of the game. From the 20.
And I see Aranda is going to stay in at quarterback.
So, nope, now he's going to split out wide. They're going to go on the Wildcat, and so
okay,
Henson will be the quarterback in the Wildcat. So Isaac waits for it, gets it, he'll pitch it. That's going to Tarango. Starts it left on a sweep, gets to about the 21-yard line. Not a lot of room for Marcus there. He's going to pick up a yard on the pitch, and so it'll be second down and 9. Tarango, the senior running back, seeing more action tonight than has really all season, but only good for 1 yard that time as the Denver City line slid over with him pretty good. Manny Gonzalez leads the way for the Mustangs. Second down and 9 for the Wildcats. Gonna split out, one left, one right. Aranda back in at the quarterback position. Low snap. Actually, it's going to be the Wildcat again. That is Henson. He keeps it himself and gets to about the 23 before Denver City stacks him up. Carson Little leads the charge that time. So a 2-yard gain for Henson.
And I wish he had chosen to go to the right and try to get around the end and go forward, because there was nothing open through the middle at all, and they might have had some running room on their right side there.
Third down and 7 to go. An important third down here early. They've come out running the Wildcat. And it looks like it will be Aranda at the quarterback now. Third down and 7. Twins left, twins right. Waiting for the snap. Good snap. Ashton has it. Looks left. Is going to be hit back at the 15-yard line. And he is knocked down and brought down hard by Manny Gonzalez. First sack of the night. And it's a bad one as Ashton going to lose 8 yards on the sack. And so it is fourth down and 15 and punt time for the Wildcats. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Ouch, ouch, ouch. The Cats just not looking like you know, they were completely ready to come out in that second half, a little bit out of sorts this ball game. So punt time, it's a high snap. It'll be handled. Adam gets it. He's going to be run into. They're going to say it was tipped, so it won't be roughing the kicker. You got to be kidding me. But it gets a good Lovington bounce inside the 35, and Tarango will down it at the 34-yard line as Adam got blown up down there by one of the Denver City defenders, but they say that he got a hand on the ball, so it was no roughing the kicker. It didn't look like he got a hand on the ball from up here, but I'm not right down on top of it, so enough about that. So Denver City football on their own 33, make that the 34-yard line. First down and 10, 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Denver City leading 14-0. Lovington needs to find a spark here, Dawn Morgan. They have just not had it since that opening drive.
No, they've just been very flat. Nothing that they've tried has worked, and they've been looking very frustrated on field and on the sidelines.
So the Lovington defense back out there as the Denver City offense takes back over. Going to put a man over on the left side. Now they're going to send a man in motion. Escalante flips it, and that one is going to be on the turf, and having to dive on it was Madison. They were trying the end around, got cute, but it bites them, and they're going to be back at about the 30-yard line. Let's see where they put them. Wow, the 30, inside the 30 at the 28. So Madison going to lose 5 yards. It'll be second down and 15. Tried the end around, and it bit him. But second and 15 from the 28-yard line, right at the halfway point of the third quarter. Denver City can afford to just basically eat as much clock as they want to as the clock continues to move.
Yes,
and
the
now
clock
the
is their
officials,
friend.
the officials are going to
not.
talk about some things here. They have finally stopped the clock. Now they'll reset the play clock to 40 seconds, and they'll go ahead and wind the clock. They should have moved it back to about 6:10 before they rewound it, but okay. So it'll be second down and 15 after the 5-yard mistake. Sent a man in motion. That is Wells. Good snap. Escalante handles it. He's going to be pressured and kind of short arms it, trying to get Perez coming across the middle, but great pressure there for the Wildcat defense. First pressure we've seen from that front three in a while, Dawn.
Yes, Lovington, I don't know who's going to have to get it started, the defense or the offense, but they're going to have to make a big play, get themselves fired up, and then capitalize on it and keep the engines revved. Make something good happen here.
Clock stops on the incompletion with 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Lovington trailing 14-0. Important third down and 15 here. Low snap, it's handled by Escalante. Has time, wants it all. Comes near side, has a man. It's a battle, and it is complete in stride as he gets Freeman in stride. And he's going to be down inside the 20 all the way at the 18-yard line. That is 64 yards to Freeman as he got a step and he took off.
Credit where credit's due. It was a beautiful throw, it was a beautiful catch, and the coverage on him just not quite tight enough. Adam Aguilera there and pushed him down after the catch, but
so
damage was done.
Inside the red zone from the 18-yard line. First down and 10 for Denver City. Two backs in the backfield, hand it off. A little hesitation move for number 4, Wells, and he's going to be inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6 for Wells. Second down and 4. With that, Wells goes over the century mark. He's got 105 on 13 carries unofficially.
Here we are with 5 minutes left in the third quarter, and Denver City is knocking on the door again.
Second and 4 from the 13-yard line. Need to get it to the 9, about the 8, so call it a long 4, short 5. Trips to the right side. Escalante keeps it himself. Goes up the middle, pulls it inside the 10, and just keeps moving. It really becomes a rugby scrum now. He's going to be to the 9. He's going to be about a yard shy. Give him 4, and it's 3rd and 1.
You know, you have to stop the opposition however you can, but Lovington really needs to go low when they can and try to get their man down and try to cease that forward momentum, try to get their guy on the turf as soon as they can.
Right now, Lovington, just losing the battle up front. The linemen for Denver City are opening the holes, and then Just pure power from the backs and the quarterback to stay upright. So 3rd down and 1 for Denver City. Low snap, Escalante handles it, keeps it himself, rolls to the right, has a man open in the flat, throws it across the middle, and that one is going to be picked off. So the Cats get the INT, and that'll break the momentum. Was that Henson, Dawn?
I couldn't see too many of the
That's
team
Hilliard.
in front of me.
That's Hilliard. It's number 14, Hilliard, with the INT, but he is down and he is shaken up on the play. But Hilliard flashes across and gets the INT. So an injury timeout after the interception. Lovington will have the ball 1st and 10 from the 5-yard line. This is Wildcat football. Back in a minute. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Staten Hilliard is up and off the field, maybe just a little bit shaken up down there, Dawn.
Yeah, I think he didn't even limp off. I think he just got his bell rung, maybe got the breath knocked out of him, the wind knocked out maybe. I think he's going to be okay. Maybe go back in after a couple of plays.
But a big interception, and so it stops the Denver City motion. Maybe this is what they need. Aranda with his heels on his own goal line. 1st down and 10, tries the hard count. Denver City not going to fall for it. Lovington needs to respond. They need to take advantage of the first turnover of the ball game. Aranda with it, hands it to Tarango. The ball is out on the 5-yard line, and Denver City, I think, just got it right back. As Carson Little going to come out from the bottom of the pile with it as Denver City has got the football back. It was a big hit put on initially by Little, and then coming out with it was Zach Perez, who's had a whale of a game. So Tarango coughs it up and gives it back to Denver City. They'll have it 1st and goal at the 5. We talked earlier about buying a break, Dawn. I thought we finally bought one. We didn't. Again,
shooting yourself in the foot, killing yourself. That's what Lovington was going to try to work on and come back out and change that in this half.
1st and goal from the 5 for Denver City. Keeping it himself as Escalante goes over left tackle, gets to the goal line, and then he's in. The ball is loose in the end zone, and Aguilera is going to fall on it, but they're going to say he broke the plane before it came out. So Escalante takes it in from 5 yards out. It was a big hit put on that popped the ball loose, but it was already across the goal line. So Denver City coughs it up, then gets it right back, and then pops it into the end zone with their sophomore quarterback to go up by a score 20-0 with 3:40 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
And Taronga is coming off limping. He's on it looks like his side he's giving to. They're going to get him to lay down on the trainer's table and take a look at him.
So the Cats just having all kinds of fits here, and the point after is up, and it is good. 3:39 to go in the 3rd quarter. All Denver City in this one. They lead the Wildcats 21-0. This is Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. And the kickoff after the touchdown, it'll be a short one, as coming up with it as Lovington trying to get anything going and get it across the 25 out to about the 26-yard line. Welcome back to Denver City. I'm TJ Miracle up in the booth. Dawn Morgan patrols field side for us tonight, courtesy of Now Pharmacy. So you got to put that last little oopsie behind you and come out. You've still got time, 3:28 to go on the clock, but you have got to score and score fast, Dawn.
Yeah, they have just got to get something going here any way they can. Beg, still borrow, move the chains forward, get a big play going, get in the end zone, but they've got to get on the board. It
has been nearly 6 quarters since Lovington found the end zone. Trips to the right, 2 to the left. It has been 6 quarters. They were shut out last week, nearly 7. As coming up is Aranda. Going to have to keep it himself as good coverage down the field brings it back to about the line of scrimmage, but not much more. Jesus Trabato. So no gain on the play. He was lucky to get back to the line. So dodging a bit of a bullet there. 2nd down and 2. I think Lovington, Dawn, they're not playing with any urgency. I think they need to go ahead and kick the pace up a notch. We know they've got a warp speed 2-minute drill, and we've seen it. We need to see it here because I think that might get their motor cranking, but they're just looking flat in the second half.
Yeah, very flat, sluggish.
Trips to the left, 1 to the right. Now they're going to move Perez up into the tight end position, extra blocker, empty backfield. As Ashton going to keep it himself, pushes over the left tackle, and not much there. He's going to be shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 2 for Ashton. And so now it is going to be 3rd down and a long 7, short 8. Denver City going to send, looks like a nickel or a dime package out, because Lovington is going to have to toss it. 2:19 to go in the 3rd. You don't want to think the Cats are waving the white flag, but they have got to show some more urgency here. So Twins left, Twins right. Aranda is the quarterback. Back in the backfield with him is Perez. Send Aguilera in motion from the right to the left. Good snap. Ashton handles it. Rolls near side. Is going to be pressured. Finally gets a block. Cuts it back near the sideline and almost going to be picked off as underthrown, under duress. Ashton down and down hard as he got hit by, I believe that was Manny Gonzalez. It is incomplete and 4th down. It'll be punt time for the Cats. So again, just nothing doing for the Wildcats. It'll be 4th down and 8. Clock stops with 1:51 to go in the 3rd. Lovington trailing 21-0. Coming up on 7 quarters since they have found the end zone. Since that thrilling touchdown and then 2-point conversion against Alamogordo 2 weeks ago. Punt time for the Cats as Aguilera going to get the boot into this one. It is a high end-over-ender, and it'll bounce and go out at about the, let's see where the side judge says. He's going to say it's out at the Denver City 25. So a nice job by Adam there, Dawn, to flip the field.
Yeah, very good. Nice kick. And now, let's see if Lovington, again, can either pin him back or maybe force them to cough the ball up. Lovington has got to come up with a big spark and then keep that going. They've had a couple, but after the initial spark, they haven't been able to build any momentum off of it and really get anything going.
No, they really haven't, as Escalante will lead his troops out to the 25-yard line. A 75-yard field for Denver City. 1st and 10, $1:43 to go here in the 3rd, and a 3-touchdown lead. Escalante muffs the snap. It's going to be picked up by Wells, and he's going to be dropped at the 23-yard line. That's one of those things that bounced just perfectly into Wells' hands, Dawn. Yep. And I keep saying it, we can't buy a break, and we really can't. It'll be a loss of 3 on the play.
Yeah. If it had just taken a funny bounce off the end, other way, a Lovington Wildcat would have been right there to fall on it.
Yeah, very much so. So 2nd down and 13. Again, Denver City can just let the clock continue to move. Up by 3 scores. 13 minutes left in the game. 1 minute remaining in the 3rd. Escalante with 2 backs in the backfield with him. Good snap this time. Hands it off. Wells starts it left, brings it back right. He crosses the 25 out to the 26-yard line. So it's going to wind up being a gain. He got the 3 lost back and then a couple more. So call it a gain of 5 for Wells. And now it'll be 3rd down and about 8.
Now this team just isn't looking like the same Lovington Wildcat team that beat Alamogordo, that beat Roswell High. It feels like they're moving backwards instead of, learning and progressing through the season.
And then beat Santa
yes,
Teresa.
and Santa Teresa, first game.
Got to remember that game the defense forced 9 turnovers.
Yes.
So should be the last play of the third quarter. 3rd down and 9 for Denver City. Handing it off, coming near side is Perez. Huge hold to the 30, 35 to the 40, breaks a tackle, 45 to the 50, down the sideline, tiptoes it, and finally is going to step out at the 40-yard line. So he is going to get, let's see, that is 24 yards for Perez. He's got 69 yards on 7 carries, and it'll be first down for Denver City since he stepped out. It will be. We will have one more play in this third quarter. Stops the clock with 10 seconds to go in the third. Denver City on the march. Gonna go with the jumbo package. And Escalante taking his time back there. Now he says, all right, let's go. As they prepare for it. Lovington shows blitz. Escalante keeps it himself. Comes around the left side, 35 to the 30 to the 26-yard line. He's going to pick up 14 yards as the clock expires on a bad third quarter for the Wildcats. We're back for the fourth in 1 minute on KZOR. Back here in Denver City, Lovington Wildcats trailing the Denver City Mustangs in this Texas-New Mexico battle, 21-0. I'm TJ Miracle, Dawn Morgan fieldside. Monica Rogo in studio engineering and producing. It'll be first down and 10 for Denver City, knocking on the zone of the, knocking on the door of the Lovington red zone. So they will have it from the 26-yard line, first down and 10. Escalante, the sophomore quarterback, has played a whale of a game. Hands it off to Wells right up the middle. He's to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, 5, and into the end zone. From 26 yards, the Mustangs are putting it to the Cats. 16 carries now for 133 yards for Wells, and caps it off with the touchdown. And Dawn, once the big boys up front, nobody stayed in their lane, and Wells, he had nobody in front of him other than the red end zone.
Yeah, I don't know what the Lovington defense, they're having such problems, and I guess I don't know whether it's they're just not doing their job, staying in their lane, staying on their I don't know.
Point after attempt is up, and it is gonna be good. So just underway in the fourth quarter, Denver City goes up 28-0 as they score on the first play of the fourth quarter. As, yes, my phone starts going crazy with an Amber Alert from Houston, but we'll just keep it right here, and 28-0 is not insurmountable because you've still got 11:52, but Lovington has got to pick the pace up, and they have got to figure out what they want to be as a team in this fourth quarter, Dawn.
Yeah, they not only have to pick the pace up, they just have to wave the magic wand and turn back into, it seems like you just want to throw some magic dust on them and say, back to what you were, the way you were looking 2-3 games against tough opponents, and they're just stalled out. They're just stalled out offensively and defensively here.
Yes, they certainly are. So it'll be a Lovington time to receive, and they definitely need to, of course, not only receive it, but they need to find a way to take it back and get a big return here. So the Wildcats have just had their issues so far here in this game in the kickoff, and it will be a high end-over-ender, and it'll bounce into the end zone where it'll be picked up and it'll be brought out to the 10, to the 15, and out to about the 18-yard line. Adam Aguilera returns it, but probably should have just left it. And I think probably some things getting set down there now, Dawn, and would have been better to just let it go and bring it out to the 20, but trying to make something happen. You got to appreciate that.
Yeah, but I think these guys now, they're frustrated, and I hope that frustration leads to finding their way into, sparking some good offense here instead of just frustration that leads to, some extracurricular
Yeah,
problems.
hopefully so. So they're going to say it is right at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Wildcats. Aranda still in at quarterback. Good snap. Ashton handles it, throws it across the middle, has a man. That's Aguilera at the 30 to the 32-yard line. Is met immediately and dropped by a combination of Perez and Escobar, but it's still good for 11 yards and moved the chains. First down, Lovington.
Yeah, I think that was, Seth Trevino in there as well for Denver City.
119 through the air for Gomez. First down for the Wildcats. That puts Aguilera at 104. Lovington is picking up the pace. Aguilera goes back. Nobody there. Gets a hole up the middle. He crosses the 40 to the 41-yard line. So he's going to pick up 9 on the play. Nice job by Ashton. And finally, the Cats picking up the pace, Dawn.
Right. They're starting to move a little quicker. And I think, here we go with a little hurry-up offense. The clock is not their friend. They've got to make the most of it.
Probably should have seen it about a quarter before we did. So it'll be second and 1. Aranda to pass, goes far sideline, has Aguilera across the 45 and runs out at the 50-yard line. He's going to pick up 9, and it'll move the chains. First down for the Wildcats.
A little short of that.
113 in the receiving department for Adam Aguilera. 1st and 10, 10th first down of the ball game for Lovington. They will have it right at midfield. 10:42 remaining in the ball game. Lovington trails by 4 scores, and finally starting to show a little life. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. Aranda from the shotgun. Perez in the backfield with him. High snap, he handles it, throws it. Has Aguilera again on a little curl route. He's across the 45 to the 40 inside Denver City territory. Make it 11 and move the chains. First down, Wildcats. Where's this been all night, Dawn?
And I have to think Denver City's...
Yeah, you got to think we're breaking up again, so I'm thinking maybe we're interfering with Coach's headset. So Aranda with it. He wants it all. Goes down the far sideline and jumping up for it. But they're going to say uncatchable ball. Looked like pass interference from up here as he was trying to get Henson. Nope, Hilliard on that far sideline. So
it was
incomplete.
almost picked off.
So incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. But an incompletion will stop the clock. With 10:14 to go, Lovington with time in this one, but not a lot of time to waste. They've got to score early and score often if they want to come back from 4 touchdowns down. So 2nd down and 10 from the 39-yard line in Denver City territory. Twins left, Twins right. Ashton with it, going to be forced to the right. Rolls, looking, tosses it, and out of the reach of Aguilera on the far sideline. Incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 10. So 3rd down and 10 to go for the Wildcats. And we've seen this a couple of times tonight, Dawn, where all of a sudden the offense just goes cold when they start getting on a little bit of a roll.
So let's hope that they can break that mold that they kind of gotten themselves into this game. Let's break it right here.
Yep, that's what we want to do. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 after the incompletion. 10:05 to go in the ball game. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. Aranda still the quarterback. Tarango is his running back. 3-step drop. Ashton looks. Going to be flush. Steps up in the pocket and is going to be hit and dragged down back at the 41, and he let the ball go. It is scooped up by Perez, and he is high-stepping it down the sideline. Gets a block to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone. Denver City on the scoop 6 for Zach Perez. Scoops it up and takes it 62 yards to the house.
And that all started because of the the sack by Martinez. Ladine Martinez caught Aranda from behind, caught his jersey first, and then pulled him back and got him down, and then the ball squirted out. Denver City picked it up, and now they're up 34-0.
As Zach Perez, the senior, takes it back on the fumble recovery for the touchdown, the point after to come. As we await the PAT. And there is the snap. The kick is up, and it is going to be get through, and so it is good. And here in Texas, there is no mercy rule, so we will continue on regular timing. 9:36 remaining in the ball game. Denver City 35, Lovington nothing. Back in a minute on KZOR Hobbs. Zach Perez scoops it up off the turf out of the hands of Ashton Aranda and takes it back 63 yards, point after good. On the kickoff, it'll be fielded back at the 10 to the 15. Durango brings it up to the 20, 25 to the 30. Little dance move out past the 35 to the 36-yard line, and that's where Lovington will have it first down and 10. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. The Cats trailing 35-0 here in Texas. There is no mercy rule, so regular timing rules apply. Just a quick note on that. So there will be no running clock over here.
That actually helps Lovington. It gives them a little time to do something with this ball. I mean, they're playing for pride at this point. They need to get on the board, get a touchdown or two, and just go for broke. They really don't have anything to lose right now because they're getting skunked.
Trips left, two right. Aranda with it. Going to be pressured. Steps up in the pocket. Throws it underneath. Tarango bobbles it. And I think he got it when he got pancaked. So he might wind up getting a couple of yards out of it. And, yeah, he's going to wind up getting 4 yards on the completion out of the pancake. Or nope, they're going to say incomplete. So they're going to go ahead and take it back to the line of scrimmage. So incomplete, and it'll be second down and 10. Yeah, Lovington has gone nearly 2 full games without scoring. If you would have told me that that was going to happen when we started the night last week in Hobbs, I would have called you crazy. But the offense has just gone stone cold. Trips left, one right. Aranda sends a man in motion. That is Henson. Waits, throws, a little timing route going for Gonzalez. Has him at the 40. Brings it across the 35 to the 30-yard line. Finally, a bit of spark for the Wildcats.
Yep, that was Israel Gandara who pushed him out of bounds there. But that was an awesome completion. Good throw, good catch. And this is what Lovington needs.
25 yards to Cesar Gonzalez. And it'll be first and 10 for the Wildcats. Their 11th first down of the ball game. Twins left, Twins right. From the 30-yard line inside Denver City territory. Aranda steps up, guns it across the middle. Has Gonzalez again inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 17 to Gonzalez and move the chains. First down, Cats.
Yep, that's Cesar Gonzalez. And again, good job. He got caranged right in the shoulder as he caught that. Good job hanging on to it, not letting it squirt out.
183 yards through the air for Aranda. So first and 10, another first down for the Wildcats. And just a little oops is that when he got hit, he was trying to get Thompson over there. That was Gomez over there, but got hit just as he threw it. Good pressure coming in from Denver City's line.
Yeah, he definitely was seeing jerseys, not just hearing footsteps, and he tried to get it to Anthony Gomez over there, but just not enough time to make a good throw.
Yeah, good pressure there from the Denver City front. Denver City, they're going to keep bringing them after them on defense. They want to pitch the shutout here, and Lovington is stalled out in the red zone. 2nd and 10 from the 17-yard line, deep in Denver City territory. Man in motion from the right to the left. That is Aguilera. Aranda going to roll left, looks left, tosses it up. The little gimme ball to Aguilera and can't hold on to it in the corner of the end zone. Adam goes through his fingers. And so that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Wildcats.
And it looked like either it was a bad communication on what route that Adam was going to run, or he got held up by the guy who was covering him, but he had to make some adjustment at the last minute and just could not get to that ball in time.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe a little bit of hold up. Pretty good coverage down the field by Ivan Ramirez. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Wildcats. They're at about the 13-yard line, so they can get a 1st down. Send a man in motion from the left to the right. New receiver in the ball game. I'll pick that one up. That is Ochoa. And they toss it and out of the reach of a stretched-out Gomez, and it'll be incomplete.
And flag on the play.
And we may have a pass interference here. We'll see. Or we could have roughing the passer. Some of it will depend on the call. It was the side judge in front of you. And it'll be unsportsmanlike conduct on Denver City. I have a feeling something
was said.
Yeah, I think something was probably said. So from the 13, that'll be half the distance to the goal. It'll wind up being basically an 8-yard penalty, but it'll make it 1st and goal for the Wildcats.
We'll take it.
We will. 14th 1st down of the ball game. And timeout going to be taken on the field by Denver City. 8:21 to go in the ball game. Denver City leading Lovington 35-0, but the Cats knocking on the door. We are back in 30 seconds on KZOR Hobbs Lovington and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Denver City wisely takes the time out to try and calm things down. Lovington with a 1st and goal from the 6-yard line, trying to break a nearly 2-game-long scoreless streak here. And Denver City is basically just taking it to them. No easier way to put it, and no nicer way to put it. I'm TJ Miracle, high above Mustang Stadium. Don Morgan patrolling field side from our friends at Now Pharmacy. Monica Rogo in studio engineering and producing. So 1st and goal from the Cats from the 6-yard line. Trips to the right, one to the left. Aranda is the quarterback. Calls out the signals. Good snap. Ashton handles it. Throws the fade into the corner. Getting Henson, and does he? Yes, he does. Put 6 on the board. Touchdown, Wildcats. Henson in the deep left corner of the end zone. And finally, the schneid is broken, and Lovington gets on the board. 7 yards to Isaac Henson, who had to go up and get it over the defender. But, all right, maybe that'll break the ice finally, Dawn.
Finally, it's great. It's just Lovington waited a little too late to be able to get something going here, but now they need to build on it. It's great that they're on the board. Now let's see what else they can do.
As the point after to come from Tate and Hilliard. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and it is good. 8:15 remaining in the ball game. Lovington finally breaks the ice. They trail, though, by 4 touchdowns, 35-7. We're back in a minute on KZOR. yards from Ashton Aranda to Isaac Henson. And finally, the Cats are on the board, but trail by 4 touchdowns, 35-7. I'm TJ Miracle with Dawn Morgan. As maybe an onside kick coming here. As let's see what Hilliard does as Tatum will onside it, but it'll be fielded cleanly on the line drive right at midfield by Denver City up man. That was Kai Madison, the hands team in. So Denver City ready for that one. And
yeah, they were, and that kick actually stayed up in the air instead of scribbling along on the ground like you want an onside kick to give you a chance, you know, for that recovery. That actually stayed up in the air enough for him to just be able to grab it.
And I do have a quick program.
Fall on it.
Yep, I will have a quick programming note when we get a moment here. Denver City can 8 minutes left on the clock, up by 4 touchdowns. You got to think they're probably going to keep this on the ground. They might work on a few things, but got to think they're going to keep it on the ground. As Escalante is the quarterback, he'll have it. He'll just cake it himself right up the middle. Has room. Starts to the middle. Goes to the right side. Crosses the 40 down to about the 35-yard line. And so it'll be a big gain as going to be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 yards for Escalante. He's got 54 rushing yards, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Denver City. And again, they can just burn as much clock as they want here. Lovington with 2 timeouts, or rather, they've got all 3 of them, but much more important if they get the onside kick. Quick programming note, just heard from Lovington Athletic Director Robert Areola, and the volleyball games tomorrow against Tatum have been canceled, so no further information was given, but we will not be playing volleyball tomorrow. Bad snap, it's handled. Escalante going to keep it himself, goes over right tackle, and going to be at about the 30-yard line. So he's going to pick up 7 on the quarterback keeper. And so it'll be 2nd down and 3. And again, they can just afford to run the play clock all the way down to pretty much nothing before they snap it. So the clock just going to continue to move and move and move. 6 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the ball game. Lovington trails. Escalante with it, hands it off, and a little trap. Perez starts it right, brings it back left inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And nothing they could do about it, and it'll be another Denver City 1st down. Perez going to take it 12 yards, and he's got 81 yards unofficially. So 14th 1st down of the ball game for Denver City.
6:20 left on the clock, 35-7. Denver City leading this one.
Yeah, and Lovington, Denver City just jamming it right down Lovington's throat at this point. They're going to keep letting the play clock run. It'll be right at the halfway mark before they snap it. And they're going to hand it off and going to the right side. That is going to be Wells. He's going to be inside the 15 down to about the 10-yard line. He's going to pick up 8 on that one. Wells with 141 unofficially on 17 carries. So 2nd down and 2 for Denver City. They're just going to continue to run. Again, if you're just joining us, Denver City up 35-7 in this one. And we just heard from Coach Robert Areola, the athletic director of Lovington, a few minutes ago. There will be no Lovington volleyball tomorrow. No other information was given on that. So it'll be 2nd down and 2. Escalante keeps it himself, has a huge hole, goes left side inside the 5, and is going to be stood up at the 4-yard line. Lovington got to be feeling a little frustration, but the tackle on that far sideline, was that Aguilera, Dawn?
No, I think it was.
Yeah, got to be very careful as he had enough. He got 5 yards for the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal for Denver City, but riding him like that out of bounds, you can get penalized for a late hit and possibly a flagrant foul and tossed. So I know the frustration level is mounting for the Cats, but you've got to try and contain it. 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. Denver City football trying to put the capper pretty much on this one. Under 5 to play. Hand it to Wells, goes right over the right guard. Going to be inside the 5, down at about the 3-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and goal after the 4-yard gain for Wells. 145 for Wells. Clock continues to move. They'll spot him at the 3. 4.5 minutes to go in the ball game, although an official timeout on the field while they, not sure what they're discussing here. I haven't seen a penalty call and unsportsmanlike conduct on Denver City. So that'll move them back 15 yards. And yeah, well, you've got to think that the words and some other things are flying down there. And so that moves them back. And, you know, if anything, Dawn, this penalty actually hurts Lovington because it's 2nd and goal from the 15, but it gives Denver City a lot more room to work with to burn more clock.
Right. A little over 4.5 to go in the game.
Yeah, on the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 17-yard line. Make that 2nd and goal from the 18 after the 15-yard penalty. Escalante is the quarterback, two backs in the backfield with him. Hand it off to Perez on a sweep to the left side, cuts it back as he crosses the 15 and is going to be slung down, and we're going to have a flag on the play, and this one I think is going to be on Lovington. Perez going to
I think it was Jaime Avidia who made the stop on that tackle.
Well, Perez, we'll see what the call is. I'm guessing we may have a face mask or we may have a horse collar on Lovington. So you'd tack half the distance to the goal onto that, and an automatic first down under the rules that they play over here in Texas. If I am not mistaken, it's been too many years since I did Texas football, and a timeout is going to be taken wisely by the coaching staff, and I think the ref's going to call everybody over, and we'll just keep it right here, and it'll be holding on Denver City. And so, wow, so that will wipe out that last gain. So Denver City with a couple of them of bad penalties, and unsportsmanlike and a hold. We'll just keep it right here. So now they've got 60 yards of penalties, and it'll be 2nd and goal from back around the 30 when we get back to it. So, you know, Don, not the game the Wildcats wanted, but at some point they're going to start thinking about next week and Artesia.
Yeah, this is not the kind of team and performance that they want to think about taking into any game against Artesia.
Fortunately, next week is the final of a month-long road trip for the Cats. We've only had one home game this season, so we'll go to Artesia next Friday night. Then we'll finally get some home cooking
right
the Friday after that for homecoming against Gadsden, then the bye week, and then district starts. So
Lovington has to put it together, though.
Yeah, they certainly do. They do have a lot of work to do. And so in addition to the hold, an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 29-yard line. And I'm pretty sure it was an unsportsmanlike and then the hold. So 4 minutes to go in the ball game. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 28-yard line officially. But again, this just basically gives them time to run a lot more clock without scoring. With Lovington, this would be a great opportunity for them to prove that they could actually stop Denver City here in the second half. So now they will start the play clock. And so 2nd and goal. Now it's a loss of down, too. They've got a 3rd down on cross. Is it 2nd or 3rd? I don't know. Low snap, handed off. Wells going to be hit back at the 30. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Nope, he's going to lose a yard.
And that was big Ezekiel Guzman making a stop on that one. I think that he may have made the stop on the prior play. I was seeing that 60, thinking it was a 50 instead of a 5 instead of a 6.
So it'll be
Ezekiel
4th and goal from the 30. Denver City will go for it, and Lovington going to take a timeout. 3:39 to go in the ball game. Denver City 35, Lovington 7. We're back in a minute here on KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Yes, we are not taking a break, so back here in Denver City, we'll take a moment to say thank you to all the folks who make Wildcat football possible, including the First American Bank of Lovington, Bob's Thriftway, Man Welding, Now Pharmacy, who also sponsors Dawn down on the sideline, Norley Hospital, Navajo Refining Company, Stone Oilfield Services, the Lake County Electric Cooperative, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Auto Supply, get the Napa know-how, Lovington Schools, and Devon Energy. Of course, coming up immediately after the ball game, we'll have your Devon Energy post-game show. and your Bob Thriftway post-game coaches conversation. So Lovington takes the timeout with 3:39 remaining. They are down to one timeout. It's 4th and goal from the 29.
TJ, I got you if you need to take a break.
No, Monica, I don't. We're in the middle of a ball game here, so just quick note, please communicate by text when we're on the air. So 4th and goal from the 29. They will go for it. Low snap. Escalante with it, tosses it, gets Perez at the 30. It is complete for no gain, and it'll go over on downs to the Wildcats after the completion. So over on downs. So Lovington football with 3.5 minutes exactly remaining in the ball game. So we'd like to punch one in and salvage a little more pride if you could here, don't you think, Dawn?
Oh, definitely. If Lovington can get down the field pretty quickly, they could think about a score and then maybe trying to make things happen and try to get a third score in there.
Lovington faithful have not seen what they have wanted to see tonight as Aranda brings his squad back out on the field. Twins left, Twins right. Man in motion is Aguilera from the right to the left. Aranda with time, guns it across the middle and almost picked off. Was trying to get Gonzalez, and that one got in the paw on it, and knocking it down was Eric Escobar. Incomplete, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. 190 through the air for Ashton Aranda, getting the start tonight, and has taken all the snaps except for when they've been in the Wildcat. When Henson has taken the snaps. Clock stops, 3:13 to go in the ball game, and up we've got a penalty on the play, so must have been an offsides.
It's against, looks
yeah,
like
it's
they're
against
marking it off
Lovington,
against
so
Lovington.
false start on Lovington. 85 penalty yards against the Wildcats with 3:13 remaining in the ball game. So 1st down and 15, we'll replay the down. As a late substitution, a late man coming off for Denver City as Elijah Gutierrez sprints off. Sprinting on will be Jaden Lopez. The Denver City coaching staff starting to substitute fairly liberally. Trips to the right, one to the left. Cats moving. They're trying to anyway. Aranda with it and does a little shovel pass and goes nowhere and actually going to move backwards. Goes all the way back to the 20. It'll be a 5-yard loss on the completion to, that was Tarango on the shovel pass. So he loses 5. Again, nothing going the Cats' way. They got to get it up to the 40, make it the 39-yard line from the 19. 2nd and 20, 2:40 remaining. Twins left, Twins right. Cats moving the wrong way too. Aranda, high snap. Now he's going to roll to the right side, looks, throws it right side, has a man complete at the 25 to the 30 on the far sideline to about the 32. We're stepping out. Henson with a 12-yard completion. Nice job by Isaac. That's his 4th catch of the night for 42 yards, including the touchdown. 197 through the air for Ashton. But it is 3rd down and 8. But he got out of bounds, so it stops the clock.
Yep, 2:15 or 2:19 left now in the game.
The Cats can afford to take their time with the clock stopped. Play clock down to 10. Aranda's going to send trips to the left. Barking out the signals. Tarango in the backfield with him. Good snap. Ashton with it. Has time. Steps up. Throws it down the middle. Has a man. That is Henson in stride. He's across the 40 to the 30 to the 25. And he is going to be body slammed down by Spencer Freeman. But not before he is going to pull 20, 40, 51 yards out of it. 1st down Wildcats. 51 yards to Isaac Henson.
Nice throw. Nice catch. Nice job to beat the man who was on him enough. He would, he reached out and caught that. Just couldn't get. I think if he gotten one more big stride away from his defender, he could have broken free for the end zone.
Yeah, I think so. But Freeman with pretty good coverage, but a good pass there down the seam from Aranda. So the timeout with 2 minutes exactly remaining. We'll just keep it right here. Of course, don't forget, next Friday night we'll be heading over to the Bulldog Bowl in Artesia. The Cats are definitely going to have to get it together between now and then. because, I always try to look on the bright side and be positive, but we just hadn't looked very good the last couple of weeks.
Nope, we just haven't. You got to be honest about it, and I think the coaches would tell you the same thing. It's the why haven't we looked good? That's the thing. That's the crux, right? That's the thing to figure out and fix.
Well, it certainly is, and Artesia is back to being Artesia again, from everything I understand. If we go in looking like this, it is going to be a very long night, or maybe a very short night next weekend, and we don't want that. So out of the timeout, Denver City, actually Lovington taking the timeout, so it'll be first down. Lovington, their 16th first down of the ball game from the 22-yard line inside Denver City territory. Good snap, Aranda with it, going to be pressured, throws it down the left seam and in and out of the hands of his intended target, Aguilera, over there, and incomplete. 2:48 and 1 touchdown for Ashton Aranda in this one. Stops the clock, 2nd and 10 from the 22, 1:51 remaining in the ball game. But are we going to have a penalty? Nope, they're going to put it back up to 22. The way the head ref was moving, I thought, oh no, where's the laundry? I missed it. So 2nd and 22, under 2 minutes to play in this one. Lovington trying to scrap in for another touchdown. Denver City will improve to 1-3 on the year. Lovington will drop to 3-2. Randa, 3-step drop, throws it over the middle, and there should be a pass interference on that. Yep, there is. Nothing wrong with the hug, but I think Ledin Martinez probably, didn't mean to get quite that close with Adam Aguilera. Make sure that it is a defensive pass interference. I'm pretty sure it is. And it will be defensive pass interference. So that'll be 15 yards and move the chains. First down, Wildcats. Denver City 75.
We'll
Oh yeah, Denver City 75 penalty yards, catching up with Lovington, and they're 85. It'll move the chains. And it'll be first down for Lovington. Actually, that's right. We're in college rules. It's at the spot of the foul on defensive pass interference. So it just moves them inside the 20 to the 19. It's a 3-yard penalty.
Oh.
But you get a new set of downs out of it. So
Yeah.
1:41 remaining in the ball game. 35-7 in favor of the Denver City Mustangs. Going to win this battle of the border. Man in motion right to left. Good snap. Aranda handles it. Looks left, looks right, goes right. Picked off in the end zone. Yep, picked off in the end zone. It'll be the INT. And that will pretty much do it for the Lovington Wildcats. Did you catch the number of the Denver City player over there, Dawn?
Nope. I had the whole team in front of me.
I think that was Daniel Sinacetos who got that. So Sinacetos, pretty sure, was the one with it. Oh, nope. Actually, it's going to be Ivan. It's going to be Ivan. It's going to be Ivan Ramirez, 22.
Okay, 22. I was seeing I knew it was 20. I thought it was 23, not 22.
Yeah, it's 22. As he came over to the sideline, the Denver City coaches letting him have it in a good way. So Denver City can pretty much just run it out now with 90 seconds to go. They will have to run a couple of plays. Second turnover of the night proves costly for Lovington, handing it off right up the middle to the 25-yard line. Lovington still fighting. Ooh, got to be careful. That was almost a late hit by the Wildcat defender over there. And I think just a little frustration coming through on the Wildcats' part. So 5 yards coming through there for Perez. He's got 91. They may try to get Perez into triple digits tonight. As we click down to 1 minute to go, they will have to snap the ball at least one, maybe two more times. We'll see if Coach Fontenoy and the rest of the coaching staff for Denver City are looking at the stat book. And they'll come out. 2 receivers, 3 receivers, and yep, they'll just kneel it down and end it. And so Escalante going to lose 5 yards on the play. Those two, I hate putting kneel downs like that in the book, but to be statistically accurate, you have to. That'll take them all the way back to the 20, 3rd down and 10. And if I'm not mistaken, yep, they will not have to snap the ball again. 28 seconds on the play clock, 19 seconds on the game clock, and that will do it. Denver City is going to be victorious over Lovington on our final. Denver City 35, Lovington 7. We'll take a 3-minute timeout and come back with your Devon Energy post-game show. This is Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Football. This is your Devon Energy postgame show here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 KZOR app, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and also the Lovington tab at hobbsamerica.com. 35-7, the final. Denver City winning their homecoming game in the border battle. A quick look at the numbers. Denver City's leading rusher tonight was going to be Aiden Wells, 19 carries for 144 yards and a rushing touchdown. Escalante, that's Jonah Escalante with the quarterback, 14 carries, 61 yards. He was sacked 2 times, but he also had a touchdown. 91 yards on the ground for Zach Perez, so he had a big night too. Total 303 rushing yards. That's what the team from Denver City put up on Lovington. Through the air, Escalante 10 of 14 for 144 yards, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Those touchdowns coming to Ramirez and Perez. Leading receiver though tonight was Spencer Freeman, 2 catches for 91 yards. 8 penalties, 75 yards against Denver City as they score 7 in the first, 14 in the second, and 14 in the fourth. That's how they get to their 35. Had 16 first downs in the ball game. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats, Wyatt Gomez tonight goes 18 of 38 for 248 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 INT. That touchdown, a 7-yard strike to Isaac Henson. Favorite receiver tonight, though, was Adam Aguilera, 9 catches, 124 yards. Henson, 5 catches, 93 yards in the touchdown. Cesar Gonzalez, 3 catches, 47 yards. Tayton Hilliard with a catch. Tarango with a catch as well. Tough going on the ground for the Cats. Leading rusher tonight, Marcus Tarango, who had 5 carries for 22 yards. Ashton Aranda, 9 carries for 8 yards. He was sacked twice in the ball game, so just didn't go the way that the Wildcats wanted it at all, as I know Don Morgan will be catching up with the coach coming up here in just a minute for our coaches conversation. 248 through the air, 32 on the ground, 280 total yards for Lovington. They were whistled 8 times for 85 yards, had 17 first downs in the ball game. No points in the first, no points in the second, none in the third, and they finally got on the board in the fourth quarter. So that's how Lovington gets to their 7 on the board. So the Coach G talking to, I believe, a newspaper reporter. Don will grab him here momentarily for our Bob's Thriftway coaches conversation here in the Devon Energy post-game show. 35-7 our final again. So congratulations to Denver City winning their homecoming and getting off the schneid. They'll improve to 1-3. Of course, best of luck to Denver City. They are here in our listening area, No Walmart Digital and Z94 KZOR. We appreciate our Denver City fan base for our whole family of stations. But now Lovington going to have to regroup and figure it out before they head over to Artesia for the final of the month-long road trip next week. Be interesting to see what Coach G has to say about that coming up in the coaches' conversation here in just a few minutes, as Denver City continues to celebrate their big homecoming victory tonight here at Mustang Stadium. Lovington going to make the 20-some-odd mile trek back over to Lovington, and let's take it down field side. Dawn Morgan has the coach for the coaches' conversation from Bob's Thriftway.
All right, thanks, Coach G. Another tough loss tonight, 35-7. It looks like so many things have moved backwards and kind of broken down with this team. It doesn't look and feel like the same kind of spark and aggression and team that we saw in the first 3 games, which were wins. What's going on with the dynamic with the team?
You know, I think what people need to know and understand, too, is we're playing really good football teams, you know, and that's not an excuse by any means. There were some things, some small detail things that we usually take care of, and we're not doing a very good job of that right now, and that falls on me as the head coach. And so biggest thing in the second half is putting the ball on the ground. That's not characteristic of the Lovington Wildcats, and again, that's a deficiency that's on me, and we got to focus and get better. It's like I told our kids, they're playing unbelievably hard. As far as responding to what took place last week, I felt like we responded. We've got to focus on the attention to details when you're playing really good football teams. We didn't do a very good job of that tonight, and that's on me as the head coach.
All right, so moving from tonight, what was the big message that you told the team in the huddle after the game before we talk about next week's game?
We're all in this together. You know, it's not, I mean, I know it hurts them, and they want to win. I mean, I'm not taking away from that whatsoever. We're all in this together, and it's going to take all of us to get it back on track. And so we got to make sure and get it in there this weekend. Got some guys banged up. From a physical standpoint, there was times where they were more physical than us. We've got to do a better job of stopping the run. That's on me. I call the defense, and so we got to do a better job, whether that means we got to change some things up. I don't know what it is right now, but we're going to go back. We're going to look at it and see how we can get better, and I owe it to them. This coaching staff owes it to them. It's a great bunch of kids, talented group, and we owe it to them as a coaching staff, and we're going to keep grinding and find a way to get better.
Yeah, it's hard to see and feel the hard work and then still end up in the losing side, you know, at the end of the game, and to feel that effort and, you know, so turning that around. But it's hard to do that after a couple of times because you, just like you get into a winning mode, you kind of get into that losing mode, and that one's kind of a little hard bump to get over. And you're going to be facing Artesia, which is, again, a tough program, and you're going to be playing, you know, at home in the Bulldog Bowl, never very friendly.
You know what? I don't look at them as losses. I don't like that word. I don't like using it in the program. It's an opportunity to learn. And that's a really good football team. We told our team at the very beginning of the week, that's the best 0-3 football team that we've broken down yet. And so I'm not chalking this up as a loss. And it's just like I told them in the huddle after the game. What took place tonight, that's going to make us better later on down the road. It's going to make us better, and it's going to help us accomplish our goal. Does this game define who we are? No, it doesn't define who we are. But it's going to help us grow. It's going to help us get better as a football team, and it's going to help us reach our ultimate goal at the end of the season.
Turning it around, you'll still have a couple of games after that before we start district, and that really is, the bigger goal too. I mean, the big goal is win every game that you can and learn from the opportunities when you don't, but to make sure that you work out everything and you have the best team that you can, working hard and working smart by the time you hit the district games.
Absolutely, and we owe that to these kids. They've done everything that we've asked them to do. And they attack it every single day. Us as a coaching staff, me as the leader of the program, I've got to find a way to get us over the hump, and I'll do that. I owe that to these kids in this program. That's what I'll do.
Is there any disconnect from the practices that you're seeing and the hard work that they're putting in, and then they get into the game time? Is there any disconnect there?
I don't think so. I think the time and the effort that they're putting in at practice, what our coaching staff is doing to prepare them for the game, I felt like we had a great week of preparation. Again, it comes down to my leadership of the program. And so I've got to sit down, put some pencil to paper, and figure out a way to put our kids in a better situation to be successful on the football field, and that's on me.
Well, we appreciate the candor and the responsibility that you feel and take for your team, win or the opportunity to do better.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Yes,
Coach G.
All right, Dawn Morgan with our Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation in the Devon Energy Postgame Show. Of course, we thank Coach G for his time, especially after a learning situation. I like how he put that. So we'll take a quick timeout, come back, and get you ready for next Friday night's game. This is the Devon Energy Postgame Show when Wildcat football continues on Z94 KZOR. And back here at Denver City at Mustang Stadium, the final 35-7 in favor of the home squad over our Lovington Wildcats. So the Cats going to have to put this one behind them because it doesn't get any easier with Artesia on the slate next, especially over in the Bulldog Bowl. One of these years we'll get to play them at home again. This will be our second time in 3 years, since we hadn't had them at home for 4 years is what I'm trying to say. But we'll play the Bulldogs in the Bulldog Bowl in Artesia next Friday night. Back to the normal schedule, 6:45 for your Wildcat pregame show, the kickoff at 7 o'clock. Always a tough game, but something tells me Lovington may have something for that team in orange from over there. So final thoughts on this one tonight, Dawn Morgan, as we get ready to wrap up this ball game?
Nope, I think the coach pretty much said it all. I mean, he doesn't like the word, losing or loss, but when you come up on the scoreboard, so far down against another team, it's a reality that you have to face. But he prefers to do that in a way that puts a positive spin and gives his team a chance to see it as let's learn and grow, rather than let's be down in the dumps and wallow in pity and oh woe is me. And he also is willing to take the responsibility for that loss on himself. I think that the players players, they're going to feel that on their shoulders anyway, even if they're told not to. But that sometimes that can be a motivator. You can use that to get stronger, to throw that off, and to get back to that championship form that Lovington was displaying earlier this season. They have the chance, they have the opportunity to do that, and they may very well bounce back and show us that next week, and we certainly hope so, and we'll be there. And again, we do thank the coach for being gracious and talking at halftime and at the end of the game, no matter what the scoreboard shows at each juncture.
Well, absolutely. It is very much appreciated. Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. Doing a great job field side from our friends at Now Pharmacy as always. And with that, my friends, we will wrap up tonight's ball game. This has been your Devon Energy postgame show and Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Again, a reminder, no Lovington volleyball tomorrow. The Lovington-Tatum volleyball game has been canceled, so no Lovington-Tatum volleyball tomorrow. We heard from both athletic departments over the course of this game about that, so no game tomorrow. So just keep it here on Z94 KZOR. Of course, we'll be with you next Friday night, 6:45 Wildcat pregame show. The kickoff at 7 o'clock. For Monica Rogo in studio engineering and producing, for Dawn Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Denver City. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital, One Radio Square, and Z94 KZOR Sports. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good night.